All right, man. The 2023 NFL free agency has definitely shook up the NFL foundation, and we're only in the early stage of it as teams are wheeling and dealing to make a run at that prestigious Vince Lombardi trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we are coming to you live from YouTube, and we are the Real to Sports Podcast. And welcome to another episode of the Real to Sports Talk Show, man. What we do around here is we bring you the hottest NBA and NFL news, and the podcast panel will give you their opinions and insight on the NBA and NFL news, man. And today we will have the finals of the Real to Sports NBA Trivia Championship Tournament to crown a brand new NBA Trivia champion as Wallstreet takes on the OG Q-Dogg for the vacant Real to Sports NBA Trivia Championship in an old school battle. So we got some NBA and some NFL news and the NBA trivia finals right here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Real to Sports Talk Show. Let's go. Thank you guys for being here with us on this Saturday afternoon, wherever in the world you may be watching us live via YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and our Facebook sports group, the Real the Sports Group, man. Please show my brothers right here, these illustrious men right here, show my brothers some love and hit that thumbs up. And if you're watching us for the first time, hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications and join our sports group, man, the Real Sports Group, as we have already started the Real to Sports NCAA men's tournament bracket contest, and the winner gets that cash prize, man. So, you know, that contest is started right now, man, and Mr. President ain't doing so good.
Hey, man, you gotta call me out like that, dog.
I call you out, bro. Oh yeah, Vice President ain't doing so good either. They started it, they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing in the bracket conversation, but they'll get it together. They'll get it together.
In my defense, I blame Deuce for my terrible start because I listened to him. He convinced me to take the HBCU and Howard over Kansas. It didn't work out too well for him.
Mark, I told you I was rooting for Howard. I told you I wouldn't put him on the bracket.
Oh man! So y'all, hey man, if y'all got a Facebook account out there, man, sign up to the Real Sports Group. And Mr. President and Mr. Vice President, man, doing out the year, man, we're gonna have contests and cash prizes, man, for you guys, man. So you might want to sign up, join the Real Sports Group, man. And again,
answer them questions. Yeah, you don't answer them security questions, you ain't getting in the club.
You gotta answer them questions, bro. That's a must. Yeah, that's a must, man. But Mr. President and Mr. Vice President, they will greet you right at the door. But please allow me to roll out the red carpet for these guys and introduce you guys to the exclusive elite. I'm talking about these men on the Real the Sports Podcast panel. He's back again, ladies and gentlemen. He represents the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a Jalen Hurts fan. Oh, doubt, man. Laker gang, ladies and gentlemen. Rich Homie is back. What up, Rich Homie?
Yeah, what's good? What's good?
Is that a Fayetteville State shirt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. The Broncos, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh man, Fayetteville State. That's crazy. I was just out there today. That's crazy. That's crazy. No doubt, no doubt. The man's so nice. I gotta say his name twice, baby. Throw him up. Throw him up. Throw him up, ladies and gentlemen. He represents the six-time Super Bowl champion. I'm talking about the Steel Curtain, the Pittsburgh Steelers, ladies and gentlemen. All the way down.
That never gets old.
Never gets old, baby. He's down in the bayou right now, down in New Orleans, man, ladies and gentlemen. It's Deuce, the very talented Deuce.
What's up, man?
What up, Deuce? What up with it?
Happy to be here.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Yes, sir. The OG. The OG is back, ladies and gentlemen. He is the OG of the group, ladies and gentlemen. He represents the NFC North Division champion, the mighty Minnesota Vikings. This man is the Real to Sports NFL trivia champion, man. He is the legendary Q-Dogg. What up, dog?
Let's go. I'm ready to go in your mouth, baby. Yes, sir.
The diggity dog
Yes,
is back,
sir.
Yes,
Let's do it.
Mr.
Yes,
Vice
sir.
President. He's the Vice President of the Real to Sports Group. He represents America's team, the 5-time Super Bowl champion, the Dallas Cowboys. The numbers don't lie. And them streets is dangerous out there.
Yes, sir. What's
him.
going on? What's going on, people? Been a tough weekend for me, host. My bracket is busted, but we got some hope. The Cowboys just made a big signing, so I'm feeling pretty good.
And we're gonna go there. We are definitely gonna go there on that. And last but not least, man, he's part of the Raider Nation, the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the Las Vegas Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. He is the president of the Real to Sports Group, and he's Oklahoma State's alumni. Go Pokes. He's in the building. He's in the building. The very faithful young Mark.
What's going on? Hey, normally I rep Oklahoma State, but today I got to give it up to my first collegiate love. Let's go Maryland. Beat Bama today, yo.
Oh!
Fear that turtle, baby.
Oh, damn. You know what? Mark is a heel. He's a heel, man. He's a heel, no doubt. All right, man. We're gonna get this show rolling, man. I got the gang; they all here, and we're gonna get this thing popping, man. We got some XFL news and updates, man, coming from yours truly, ladies and gentlemen. He's on deck.
On the Mark with Young Mark is brought to you. On the Mark with Young Mark is brought to you by the Real to Sports Podcast.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of On the Mark. I am your host, the one and only Young Mark. We're going to change it up a little bit this week. Normally, I would talk about the previous week of XFL action, but instead of boring, the host would talk about Paxton Lynch and Brett Hundley and his favorite XFL quarterback of all time, Luis Perez. I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
I appreciate that, bro.
Go ahead.
Appreciate that. You saved me from all that.
We're going to go ahead and jump into week 5 in XFL, which kicked off this past Thursday. And man, oh man, if I had to describe this game, I would call it Beauty and the Beast. A whole lot of good, but at the same time, even more ugly. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and get the bad stuff out of the way first, man. Former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Ben DiNucci. I swear, man, Ben DiNucci is one polarizing player. One moment, he's scrambling around, making defenders look silly, using his athleticism to extend plays and throw darts in the end zone for touchdowns, and you love him. He's looking like the best QB in the XFL. And the next minute, he's throwing some bad interceptions, nearly costing his team the game, and you just want to scream at him. On Thursday night, man, he turned the ball over 4 times in this game. Some of the interceptions he threw, they were so bad. I don't know if it was just poor decision making on his part, or if Josh Gordon wasn't on the same page as his quarterback. At one point in the fourth quarter, when Ben DiNucci threw an interception, he actually called for Josh Gordon to be taken out of the game. So whatever's going on there, they got to get right, because Ben DiNucci, for as many highlight reel plays as he's made some really bad interceptions, and it's really costing his team right now. On the other side of the field was a Houston team that have been steamrolling through opponents so far this season. They're 4-0. They never lost a game in XFL history. And on Thursday night, man, they just couldn't get out of their own way. For the first 90% of the game, Houston's offense was non-existent. I kid you not, almost every pass I saw thrown from the start of the game until late in the fourth quarter seemed like it was dropped. The quarterback, Brandon Silvers, was throwing dimes, but nobody could hold on to the football and complete a catch. And to make matters worse, not only can no one catch the ball, no one on Houston could run the ball either. Seattle's defense was consistently stuffing a run. Running backs couldn't get free. They couldn't find no open space. It was like almost as soon as they got the ball, they were getting tackled. The longest run of the game that I recall was like a 7-yard run. They did have one big, like 20-yard run for a touchdown earlier in the first quarter, but they got called back for offensive holding because the receiver held on to the defensive back. Now, with that being said, we're going to get on to the good stuff. Because Ben DiNucci kept turning the ball over, the score stayed 15-zip through most of the fourth quarter. Then, after another untimely turnover by Seattle, Houston finally got on the board with a short yardage touchdown run. They finally had scored in the game.
This the Roughnecks, right?
Yeah, the Houston Roughnecks. And then after a quick trip back to Dropsville for the receivers and the Houston defense picking off Ben DiNucci yet again, Houston got the ball back with less than 2 minutes left in the game. And this is where things picked up. Now, the wideouts finally, late in the game when it's crunch time, they finally found their hands and they began to make some really good catches and catch the passes that were being thrown their way. And Houston was finally able to put together a drive. They drove downfield, and not only did they score a touchdown, but they completed the 2-point conversion. So now it's 14-21. Stay with me. The Roughnecks trying to hold on to their undefeated record in XFL history. They go for the make it, take it, because in the XFL, you can either kick the onside kick or you can elect to do a 4th and 15 from your own 25-yard line. If you convert it, you keep the ball, the game keeps going. If not, other team takes over where you failed at. So Brandon Silvers drops back. He's trying to find somebody. He has a step up in the pocket to avoid the pass rush. And as he pulls his arm back to pump fake, he's stripped of the ball by the defensive line, and Seattle recovered and won the game. And as the old saying goes, defense wins championships. And despite their offense constantly turning the ball over and forcing them back onto the field, I have to give credit where credit is due. Seattle's defense came to play. They were nothing short of monstrous. They held their own the entire game and effectively won the game for their team. For 98% of that game, Seattle's defense was the best impression of the 2000s Ravens defense I've ever seen. That's no hyperbole, man. They literally shut Houston completely down. Houston cannot do a thing.
2000 Baltimore Ravens?
I went there. It doesn't make sense. And hear me out.
Oof.
How else can you explain your offense turning the ball over 4 times and you don't give up a single point until late in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
They were blocking punts. They were getting interceptions. They were getting fumbles. That defense and special teams for Seattle really did the darn thing. And shout out to them. But a little fun fact to put a bow in this game. As I mentioned earlier, the Houston Roughnecks had never lost a game in XFL history. They went 5-0 during the 2020 XFL season. I got cut short by COVID. And their head coach at the time during that undefeated season was June Jones. Flash forward 3 years later, and the franchise has dealt their first loss in history by Seattle's offensive coordinator, June Jones. Talk about the irony. Your former coach, who never lost a game as your head coach, is now the reason why you lose your first game ever. But definitely hats off to the Seattle and Houston, it was definitely one hell of a game. Wade Phillips was doing his best as always to try to keep his team in there, but they just had no answer for that monstrous Seattle defense. Now, with that out of the way, that's just game one of week 5 of the XFL. If you remember, I mentioned if you haven't watched the XFL yet, you've been on the fence and, I don't know if I want to watch it. Tonight is the night you want to give it a shot. And the reason I mention that is because tonight at 7 o'clock on FX, it's the rematch. The St. Louis Battlehawks host the DC Defenders. The Defenders right now are 4-0 this season. The Battlehawks are 3-1. The last game that they played a couple of weeks ago in DC went down to the wire and was honestly one of the best spring football games I've ever seen in my life. So round 2 should be definitely one for the books. There's a lot of animosity between these two teams. The last game ended with a bench clearing brawl, so we should definitely be in store for some fireworks tonight. And not only is this game important for these two teams, this also has playoff implications on the line. The reason I say that is in the XFL, the top 2 teams from each division make the playoffs, the 4-team playoff. So right now, as it stands in the North Division, DC is number 1 because they're undefeated at 4-0. But if they win tonight and drop St. Louis down to 3-2, St. Louis and Seattle will both be tied for that second spot in the North Division, which could lead to a playoff berth. They'd both be 3-2. So ironically enough, the team that couldn't get out of its own way and win a game to save its life earlier in the season, a couple weeks later, they can turn things around a little bit, and now they're could be tied for second place. So tonight's game is gonna be really interesting to watch because it'll have implications for the playoffs down the line. So we're gonna see how it goes. And then if host needs something to help him go to sleep tonight, you know what I'm saying? He start tossing and turning, he can't get comfortable, he yawning, but he can't go to sleep. I'll encourage him to put on the second game that's going on tonight on FX between the Orlando Guardians led by Paxton Lynch and the Vegas Vipers led by Luis Perez. If nothing else will put host to sleep, that'll definitely do it. That might put him to sleep faster than the Carolina Panthers game. Who knows?
Whoa, boy,
I said if you need help going to sleep. I ain't say watch it out of your own free will. I said if you need help going to sleep.
God damn. Woo! boy.
Yeah, that's on the mark for this week, man. We're gonna see what happens tonight with that St. Louis and DC game. To see what's gonna shake out the rest of the XFL season. It's getting good. This is what we want.
All right.
So back to you, host.
Yes, sir.
On the Mark with Young Mark is brought to you by the Real to Sports Podcast.
All right, man, boy. You know how to put me to sleep with that one, boy. Carolina Panthers, boy. God. Woo! And Perez sucks. He just sucks. Anyway. Hey, man, I got a request from the OG, man, and I don't see not one comment in the live chat. Where the live dogs at? Where y'all at? I tell you, boy, you give them theme music and they still don't show up.
So I just got word in my ear host from the Live Dogs. They said they are willing to show up to the show if you give Luis Perez a chance and wear his jersey on an episode of the show.
Moving right along here. No. Hey, Q, watch an XFL game, bro, and watch, what is it, Las Vegas Vipers?
It's the Vegas Vipers and the Orlando Guardians. Don't watch that game unless
Number
you go
12, Perez. I'm trying to tell you, this dude is garbage.
Hey, but real talk,
I don't know
though,
how he started, Q. I don't know.
I mean, real talk, old dude, from Deuce's favorite football team. He got to show up, man. He ain't looking too good lately. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Who's this?
Martavius Bryant.
Martavius Bryant?
Yeah,
He plays for
We had
Vegas.
Martavius for a cup of coffee.
I saw he dropped he was dropping a lot of passes this past week.
Yeah.
Dropsies?
Yeah.
And Ben DiNucci is just, I mean,
that's why we cut him.
Yeah, Cowboy.
That's why we cut him.
He's trying to get back in the league, but he leads the XFL in turnovers. He's got 9 turnovers this year.
Ain't no damn way, man. Good Lord. Yeah, well, that's all the XFL coming from yours truly, Young Mark, man. So let's get this thing popping. We're going to jump into the NFL. All right, man. We got NFL news here. Major NFL news. The NFL has been popping all week. Of course, you know, March 15th was the beginning of the NFL calendar year, and man, boy, you talking about shaking up the foundation here. One of the biggest acquisitions, man, is the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, man, they went and signed Stephon Gilmore, cornerback. Holy smoke here. Let's see. Let me get to it. The Dallas Cowboys remain largely quiet in the first 24 hours or so of the negotiation window. That is until Tuesday afternoon. Dallas acquired cornerback Stephon Gilmore from the Colts in exchange for a 2023 fifth-round pick. This is reported by Ian Rappaport. It's my dude. He always got the good stuff on me. Ian Rappaport, man, reported that Tuesday. The Cowboys are re-signing linebacker Leighton Vander Esch to a 2-year, $11 million contract. The 2019 Defensive Player of the Year has been a bit of a nomad in recent seasons, moving from New England to Carolina via in-season trade in 2021 before signing with Indianapolis in 2022. In both seasons, Gilmore proved he still has plenty left in the tank, earning a Pro Bowl nod in 2021 and playing at a high level in 2022. Pro Football Focus ranked Gilmore as the 9th best cornerback in the NFL in 2022, according to defensive grade, which included a coverage grade of 81.1 and his 11 pass defense and 2 interceptions and 66 tackles supported this evaluation. Street. Start with you, man, because you're the only one that's dumb enough to be a Cowboy fan. I'm kidding. I'm kidding you, bro. I'm just kidding you, bro.
We know, man. We know. It's all good, baby.
So my question to you, I'm gonna start off with you because you're a Cowboy fan, and then the podcast panel, y'all can same question to y'all out the street. The Cowboys is a man-to-man defense, right? A man-to-man. They known for the man-to-man. They normally play that cover one man-to-man. Code name Ziploc. It's code name Ziploc Knight, I believe is the code name for it. Cover one. Anyway, with the addition of Stephon Gilmore, man, who has made a reputation of playing man-to-man coverage, one of the very best in jamming receivers, man. So how much of a defensive impact he should bring to the Dallas Cowboys defense?
Hey, man, this is huge, man. This is huge for us. Anytime you can get a top 10 cornerback and pair him with our pass rush, it's just going to improve him. We don't have to cover as long. And they call him Mr. Bump and Run, you know? Yep. He's that guy. He's smart. Yeah, he's aggressive. He don't take as many gambles as Trayvon Diggs does. I think he does a little better studying than Trayvon. Just a little, a little older receiver, a little more veteran, more savvy on corner, rather. But both of them, man, we got 2 ball hawks out there, man. I'm so excited, man. I don't know what to do, host, but I'm excited. We got Parsons coming off one thing and D-Law coming off the other. Man, I see a lot of pick sixes. I just see us, I see us being the top of the NFC East. And this is the type of move, man, that can get us where we need to be. If my quarterback plays like he's supposed to play, man.
I was
You
just
know,
getting ready to say that. I'm
it-
like,
Boy, they finna, boy, you see these
It's
guys,
all-
they finna get ready to get you, boy.
it's all about Dak, man. It's all about Dak. I think
Yes,
we
sir.
improved our strength on our team. We got to even, we made it even stronger. But it all comes down to Dak, man. It comes down to Dak Prescott, and I just hope that we, get some pieces for him in the draft. But talking about Gilmore, man, I think it was a bold move, 5th round draft pick for
Yeah,
a top
he got him
10
for nothing.
corner. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
He
Come
got him
on.
for
So
nothing.
that's what Jerry Jones does, man. The best owner in football by far. I'm just really impressed with the moves we make. And host, I gotta take this time, host.
Yes, sir.
It's a little bittersweet for me, man.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a little bittersweet right now. We had to let Zeke go. That breaks my
Yeah.
heart. We had to let my dog go.
Oh yeah, we got more of that coming in the future, boy.
But anything to
floodgates.
keep the ship going. Sometimes you gotta toss off that dead weight. But hopefully we can bring him back for $1 million, $2 million to sign him. We just can't let him play for $17 million. You couldn't do that.
Right.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Here we go.
You need
boy.
to stop, Shakria Jones. You need to stop. But yeah, I feel good, host. You know how we Cowboy fans are. I see Super Bowl in my forecast next year, man. I really do.
I said that
Whoa.
last year though.
Okay. Go. Come on, get him, Rich homie. What you got?
I mean, I ain't got much, but we just gotta look at that because I mean, y'all got a nice little defense, but if y'all quarterback ain't putting no points on the board, then what y'all gonna do?
Yeah. That is a good point. Like just like he said, boy, that quarterback is everybody looking at number 4 now because that defense.
We got to shut teams out.
You got to shut them out, man. Hey, Deuce, what you got, bro?
I mean, they're going to be good. They're going to be very, very good on the defensive side of the ball. Like he said, that they probably have one of the best cornerback duos in the league right now. I think they rival those boys down in Miami now with Jalen and X. But at the same time, I think everybody's hitting the nail, the hammer on the nail. It all starts with 4. I think the team goes as far as 4 can go. Yeah. He's great weeks 1 through 8 when he's on the field. It's usually 9 through 16, 17 that we worry about on the postseason. But I mean, y'all are usually optimistic around this time of year, Wallstreet. I'm not here to kill any of that. I think like you said, Stefan's a great corner. I mean, he was before injury a couple years ago. No one wanted to see him. I mean, he travels, he goes both sides, he'll get in the slot. Wherever your best guy is, he's gonna go cover him.
Absolutely.
Similar to how Trayvon is,
Absolutely.
Move Trayvon around. So I think y'all are very versatile. I think teams that are going to come in with a whole bunch of receivers, y'all are going to be okay. But you can't win with 0 points on the board. So.
Yeah, I like how Deuce said that because Deuce said y'all good from 1 through 8. 1 through 8.
It's after that bye week that things get shaky in Dallas. That
he telling the truth, bro.
Leaking oil a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. OG is back on the show. OG, enlighten us, baby, enlighten us. Stephon Gilmore, man, the Cowboys. Is this big or go home for the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean, it's a good addition to the defense. The defense is already good. I really feel that I think Trayvon is the one that is going to be attacked more. I don't think he's really a shutdown corner like they projected to say that he is. I don't see that. I see a lot of him. A lot of times when he get beat, he pulling the jersey all the time, so he can be had. Then offensively,
Hold on, Q. I'll respect you. What did he do?
You catch him when he get beat. A lot of times you see him pull the jersey. You see him do that a lot.
Hold on, Q. You talking about that year he got 11 interceptions? Is that what you're talking about?
No, man. A lot of them were Pop-Tarts. A lot of them were Pop-Tarts. He just happened to be in the right area at the right time. But if you look at a lot of times, when he's matched up with a good receiver, sometimes he get left. He does get left, and you'll see him.
He's a gambler.
Yeah, he's a gambler. He's really not that shutdown corner. So I figure he'll be targeted more than Gilmore will. So if it's gonna be a question mark, it'll be on him. Yeah. And then you look at Dak. I don't think Dak. To point out what Deuce was saying, 1 through 8, he's wooing us, game after game, and then when it comes from 9 to 17, it's like that's when the playoff implications coming in. The smell of the aroma of the playoffs, the trophy and everything. He don't never smell it, so that's why his game plummets like the way his game plummets. And so and then with the leading the league in interceptions, he's gonna suffer the defense. The defense is gonna be out there more. So that'll wear him out. No matter how good defense is, the more you're out there, the more you get wore out. And so I think it'll be really on him to keep that good defense, off the field as much as he can.
Yeah.
And so it really circumvents back to number 4. We can look at the good defense or whatever, but if he keep doing the things that he's doing, he's just gonna wear that good defense out.
Hey, y'all don't play with Trayvon over there too much. Y'all gonna go. They're gonna target Trayvon at their own peril. I'm telling you, he gonna get him one. He gonna get him a couple. If you throw it over there too many times, he'll take it the other way.
It's easy. I think I'm be honest. It's easy to lull that kid to sleep, bro. You run a couple hitches. And he gets a break on one of them. You come back that next drive with the hitch and go, and that's 6.
With a good veteran like Stephon Gilmore in that quarterback room, though, that's a plus for him because I don't think he's had anyone since he's been there that type of veteran in there to be in his ear.
He came like this guy being the guy.
The dog.
Right?
He was that guy.
He was y'all's best guy right as soon as he stepped on the field.
Right. Mr. President, Stephon Gilmore, 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, now the starting cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys. What you think?
I think it's an excellent move by Jerry and his staff, honestly, because not only do you, like Wallstreet said, not only did you get a top 10 cornerback in this league, but you also got him, and it literally cost you nothing. You got him with house money. The 5th round pick that they traded for him was a compensatory pick, so it wasn't even really out of Dallas's inventory to go get him. And I think long term it's an excellent move because, like Wallstreet just said, now Trayvon Diggs is going to have a mentor who's been the creme de la creme at his position for multiple years in his league to mentor him. And this is where I disagree with Q-Dogg. I think we'll see a lot less of Trayvon Diggs holding or making bad decisions or bad plays because with somebody like Stephon Gilmore, who came out of the Bill Belichick system, now playing with a defensive coordinator like Dan Quinn, literally having Stephon out there is like literally having a second defensive coordinator on the field with you. So I feel like during practice, during film session, and especially during the game, Stephon is going to get Trayvon right. And I think Dallas' secondary is going to be a problem. Even if Dak is unable to fix his interception problem, which I really hope he can. As we saw in another league with another Dallas Cowboys quarterback, if you got a good enough defense, you can overcome bad play by your quarterback. So we'll see. But I think this is a really brilliant and excellent move by Dallas. But the main thing I got to disagree with Wallstreet, with what he said, and I know hell is going to freeze completely over when I say this, Jerry Jones is not the greatest owner in the NFL. Hear me out though, the greatest owner in the NFL, and I think this is undisputed, are the Rooneys up in Pittsburgh, man. Those are the greatest owners in the NFL.
Come on, man.
Come
on, man.
I know it pains you to say that, but I was hoping you went there, Mark. I appreciate you telling me.
I mean, with all due respect, Wallstreet, bro, they only had 3 head coaches in that whole franchise history. If that ain't the model of consistency, I don't know what it is.
I'll say they're the most consistent, but we're the team that drives the revenue for the league. You know what I mean?
When it comes to making money, Dallas is unquestionable the greatest business franchise in the history of professional sports on a business front. Yes.
Yeah.
And who's been the overseer of that? Jerry Jones.
Because Jerry was a businessman.
Yeah, so, Jerry make the money.
You
The
know,
owner. That's what he's in it for, to make money.
But
I'll
them
give you
Roonies,
credit
man,
for that.
Them Roonies, bro. I mean, like
They're
Mark
solid.
said,
I can't take nothing away from the Rooney, especially on
They
social
got
issues.
6 Super Bowls with 3 coaches. That's insane.
They consistent now. They consistent with it. There's no doubt about it. I never front on the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, I just don't like them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I can't front on them though.
Hey man, I can count on my hand, and it pains me to say this. I can count on my hand the number of bad seasons I've seen the Steelers have, like record wise or just talent wise on the field. Like the Roonies keep them solid as
always in the playoffs.
So I take my hat off to them for that. And this is the end of my Steeler compliment for the year.
Shout out to the
Steelers. Host, we can go ahead and wrap it up right now. We need to hear nothing else from Mark for the day. I think Mark is
and that's our show for the day.
Oh man. So Rich Homie, you said again, it's all up to Dak Prescott, man. Dallas is stacked on defense. Well, I don't say stacked, but
right. He just needs to be more consistent. Like,
got you.
You know, like I mean, don't get me wrong, he good, but like he don't show up when it matters. Yeah. He can show up against the Browns, like a subpar team, but if they playing like Kansas City or somebody, he don't show up. So that's how we saying.
I agree with Rich Homie. I agree with him. I like Dak Prescott. Matter of fact, I know it sounds crazy, man, to people.
Closet Cowboy fan.
Nah, bro, hell no.
Nah.
It's a lot of them out there, host. There's a lot of them out there.
I like Dak Prescott, though. I think he's very talented. But what I like about Dak Prescott is he's a leader. He's a leader of that team, man. He is really a bona fide leader. I know he throws to the opposite team a lot. I know he does that, but he's a leader. I mean, I like how he fired that team up. And one thing about Dak Prescott, and I noticed with the Cowboys, period, when they make a mistake, they tend to capitalize on that.
Yeah, so, host.
Yes, sir.
I want to say this. I'm gonna say it right here, right now, host. Dak Prescott, especially with Mike McCarthy being his offensive coordinator this year, I think that's big, man. You know what I mean? Having somebody that wasn't playing with you being your offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He's gonna be comeback player of the year next year. Dak Prescott.
No.
Can I ask a question though?
No way. No way.
I have a question for Wallstreet.
Yeah.
So Wallstreet, my quick question for you though, like on some real talk. Given the moves that you guys have made on defense, and given how Dan Quinn seems to be a head coach in waiting, if things don't work out this year with McCarthy calling the plays and the offense faltering, say the offense is the reason why you guys don't have the success that you should have. Who gets out next season, McCarthy or Dak? Or do you get rid of them both and just make Dan Quinn the head coach?
See, I'm not on the hate McCarthy bandwagon. I think he's done great since he's been with us. His record has improved every year he's been with us. I mean, come on. I remember them 8-8 seasons, bro. I remember them 8-8 seasons. So I'm not the biggest McCarthy hater. I don't think we're gonna take a step. I actually think we're gonna improve. I think we're gonna be more consistent with McCarthy.
I'm saying if you do,
but if we do take a step back, and it's his fault. I'm not that big of a fan of Dan Quinn being my starting quarterback, my head coach.
Damn.
You know, I mean, he fell apart at Atlanta. If you want to be nitpicky, you know what I mean.
That's what happens when you recycle coaches that haven't been successful.
There you go, dudes.
It's the continuous cycle of guys who just haven't done what they're supposed to do.
There's
a lot of guys that are trying to be chiefs.
Yes.
So what you think about McCarthy?
Yes,
what you think about McCarthy?
Well, once again, I'm gonna lead it off because I know where this is gonna go. He beat me in the last time we were in the Super Bowl, but I don't think he's a great leader. I don't think he's a leader of men, and I think a lot of that shows with the teams that he coaches and how undisciplined they are. But I think it'll be Dak first. I think Dak's been given opportunity after opportunity. I think his leash is getting shorter and shorter with the front office. So I think they'll get rid of him first. But I'll tell you this: if they get another quarterback in afterwards, and 6 games in, and y'all are 2-4, he got to go too. You know, it's got to be pretty quick right behind each other.
Yes.
But
yeah, it takes a certain type of coach for the coach Dallas, though, man.
Right, it does. It takes a certain type of dude to walk in that locker room and demand respect from everybody, and that kind of goes back to Host's point. One thing that I can say is Dak still has the locker room, and that
slightly.
But
I think he's on.
I think you're right. I think he's on thin ice. But think about how quickly we've seen other quarterbacks lose a team.
Yes. You know what I
mean? Those guys still believe that he can bring them to the promised land.
There you go.
I think
you got to realize too.
Battle.
A lot of those people that was with Dak though when he first came in, they're starting to not be there no more. You know, Zeke is gone now. You know, Tyron Smith is on his way out. You know, the offensive line, the center isn't there any longer. So all those teammates that he had built up that rapport with, it's a new line coming in there. They ain't gonna give him that much of it. Like Parsons, he throwing some slick little comments out.
Yeah, he does. He don't care either. He don't shy away from it.
Yeah, no, he don't. He'll Twitter gangster. Jesus, boy, boy, he be going in, boy.
Time to show and prove, Dak Prescott, because I'm through with him after the stuff.
I think the biggest thing, he just got to get them interceptions down, man.
Yeah,
because, you know, you the leader and everything. You can't be doing that. You can't get nobody to the promised land leading the league in interceptions. It's not going to work.
Yep.
It's just not going to work.
Ain't gonna work.
No, and then like you say, you are leader, and you throwing interceptions the way you're doing. You know, you can lose players like that. You can lose teammates because they don't have no confidence in you. You got to get that. He got to get that down.
Got to get
big
it down.
time.
Big time.
Are y'all going to go after another back, Wallstreet? Is it time to lean more into the run game now that you're going to have a
you gotta have a run game with that. Dak best years when we had a power run game, man. His best years. I think we need to address it in the draft. And I ain't talking about no fourth. Exactly. I'm not talking about no 4th, 5th round pick. No, we need a premier back, a big back, because Pollard not gonna hold up to that banging all game. And you know, you gotta preserve him. So I think we need a big back, big power back I
think the best style offense for Dak would be something similar to what they're doing in San Fran. That power run. We're gonna run play action. Y'all get Dawson Schultz in it, who's a very good tight end. Get him going, and then it opens up your big plays. And you just come out 4 or 5 wide. You know, it's easy to pin your ears back, play a soft coverage, and just go get him.
You know, he's not that guy. Dak is not that guy.
He's not, and he's actually very good running, passing, and running. You know, so I would like to see him get out in space more.
Yeah,
that's a true statement.
I agree. Especially if we don't put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor. You know, he's in the Hall of Fame and not even in Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor. That's ridiculous.
So let me ask you this to go back to Stephon Street and this to the podcast panel too as well. Does this with Gilmore? Does this impact Michael? Mark said something similar about him doing something for Diggs or making Diggs better because Q even said, you know, the holding. And I know why Q said that because when the Vikings played the Cowboys, oh my God, that's what he was doing with Justin Jefferson. He didn't shut him down. He held him. Huh?
Hey man, every time we play Justin Jefferson, he shuts Justin Jefferson down. Every time we played him.
What if I hold you, I'm shutting you down too.
Come on, listen. That's just good bump and run coverage out there, man. Holding the 17. Hey, this not a one-time thing. We played him the other year. Shut him down too.
In the open field will murder Diggs.
Hasn't done it yet. 2 games against Diggs. Diggs has held him under 50 yards in both games.
Hey,
what's your question?
I'm gonna get out of that Viking fight. I know talent, and Jefferson my dude. But my question is, does this impact Michael Parsons and Dorrance Armstrong and DeMarcus Lawrence? Because as far as getting the quarterback, because Dallas is not a blitz team, but now that they're playing man to man and they have somebody that's stronger on that man to man, that way now Dorrance and DeMarcus and Micah and all that. Are they going to get at the quarterback now?
Yeah, it's called coverage sack.
The coverage sack.
If your corners and safeties can cover the receivers and the quarterback has to hold the ball longer, that gives your pass rush more time to get home. So,
right. And we don't need a lot of it. With them dogs coming, we don't need a lot of overtime. So I think they're gonna complement each other.
It took the words right out of my mouth. Street. It's gonna be complementary football. I mean, it's gonna be plays where the back end's holding up, gives the D line to get there. But I've seen them dudes get there with 4 and 3 at sometimes. Like you said, they don't blitz often. They just sit 4 and sit back.
There you go. It's a great disguise.
That's where the problems come in, because if you can just sit 7 guys back, you're only guarding 5. I mean, you got 2 extra guys. You should be able to play a soft zone that's not y'all's style, but that'll be ideal.
Diggs got all those interceptions because he sat back, and Dan Quinn was so great in disguising blitzes. He sat back, and Diggs got tip after tip ball after tip ball after tip ball. He was getting them. He wasn't picking them off like routes.
Whoa. Let's don't shortchange my man Diggs now.
No. He was getting he got 11 interceptions, right? Majority of those was tipped in the air.
Some of them were tipped. I would say the majority of them. I remember one he just ran the route for my man. Just let me get that. He's a great he recognized routes great. He's a ball hawk.
Majority of them was ball tipped in the air, bro.
It's a reason that hasn't happened in what? Ever.
He's a former he's a former receiver, so I give you that one straight.
He ball hawk. So he got the mixed sticky
receiver, but he was getting smoked. What happened to the Broncos? When the Broncos
he's aggressive, man. And that's his biggest asset and his biggest curse all at the same time. Like,
yo, I'm not.
You're gonna get burnt a little bit out there.
I'm not taking it away from Diggs, and Diggs is good, but he just overhyped, bro.
Overhyped.
Yes.
Overhyped.
What did he do this year?
I mean, I think he played one of his most solid seasons this year. He didn't have the picks, but he also wasn't getting burnt like he got burnt last year. You know what I mean? He didn't give up a lot of big bombs.
He got what he did last year? He got what?
He got burnt. He got burnt in some things, but he still got 11 picks, man. 11 picks is 11 picks. You know what I mean?
In the air, though.
It's teams that don't have 11 picks.
He's at the right place at the right time.
This brother had 11 himself. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, he's a ball hawk.
I ain't taking it away from him.
He probably one, top 10 corner in the league. Ain't no doubt about it.
I give you that. Ho's not defending the Tide. Wow, Diggs, y'all roll Tide product. I don't care. I don't care if he played for the Mud Dogs.
And you got to think how young this cat is, man. This kid, what? This is third year in the league. Yeah. Third year in the league, man. He's not even up for his contract yet, and he's still.
All right, real quick, because I'm gonna get out of this thing. But the Patriots, remember when they played the Patriots? What was it, year before last?
Yeah, his rookie season. Yeah.
Okay, Bill. All right, so the Cowboys scored, right, and right after that, Bill Belichick went straight after Diggs.
He didn't with a double move
and killed them. He went straight after Diggs, bro.
Get him with the double move on him. Hey, but look.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a second year corner at that time. He was a second year corner.
Oh, let it go to these.
Hey man, that's not no excuse. That's a fact. That's a fact. He was second year corner and still got 11 picks.
I feel you, Street. I just want
big time, man. Big time.
Ruffle your style.
It's all good, baby.
I feel you, baby. I feel you. All right, man. Let's get into. I'm Street, my dog, man. Oh man, get to the next NFL subject, man. The newly acquired New York Giant tight end Darren Waller. Darren Waller, man. Giants tight end Darren Waller on being traded from the Raiders. And he said this, and I quote, "It caught me off guard. Caught me off guard too." Monday, Darren Waller returned from his honeymoon with wife and WNBA star Kelsey Plum. Tuesday, the tight end found out the Las Vegas Raiders had traded him to the New York Giants. Waller, whom Vegas had shopped for a year, despite signing a 3-year extension last fall, said he was surprised by the trade. He said this, and I quote, "I didn't see this coming," he told the New York media on Wednesday. "I was getting ready to just do everything I could to make myself available for the Raiders and get ready for everything that was going to start in mid-April. It caught me off guard, but it's the nature of the business." Waller generated back-to-back 1,100-yard seasons in 2019 and 2020, earning a Pro Bowl. Why do you keep throwing this Pro Bowl in here? Earning a Pro Bowl bid in 2020 and becoming one of the premier tight end threats in the NFL. His size and speed make him a mismatch nightmare for linebackers and safeties alike. Mr. President, we're going to miss our dude. We're going to miss our dude, man. So my question to you, bro, is with Darren Waller leaving the Raiders, man, how much is this going to affect the Raiders' offensive flow with Jimmy G now as our quarterback in this Josh McDaniels system?
On a positive note, I'm trying not to take the route everybody think I'm gonna take. Offensively, I feel like we'll be fine because we've been in situations where we've had to play without him here recently. And Foster Moreau and some of our other tight ends have shown that they can hold it down whenever we don't have him. But again, he's still one of the players that you much rather have than not have on your team. And it just feels like if you listen to the dirt sheets and the beat reporters and everybody, it just feels like McDaniels has been trying to get rid of him since McDaniels took over the team. Word on the street was Darren Waller was allegedly originally supposed to be traded to Green Bay when we got Devontae Adams. So
and what GC said, what's up, GC? He traded last year to the Packers. It's true.
Yeah, I'm surprised Green Bay didn't ask for him, but
who that?
I'm gonna be honest, it hurts more because of like he's such a well-respected player and a big piece of that locker room. Like on a non-football note, for those of you who don't know Darren Waller's story, he overcame a serious battle of addiction and substance abuse to become the man that he is today. And the example that he set by doing that greatly impacted our defensive end, Max Crosby, to where it allowed Max to turn his life around and become really what should have been the defensive player of the year this year, in an unbiased opinion. But just impacts like that in your locker room are priceless, and you really don't want to take those for granted. So on a player note, on a personal note, I am incredibly sad to see him go. But at the same time, I guess the show must go on, and we gonna be all right. As long as they don't get rid of Foster or Hunter Renfrow, we gonna be okay.
Yeah, we gonna be all right. Rich homie, what we gonna do, man? What we should do?
Well, I mean, I feel like y'all should just like move from it, move on from it, and then like as far as like Josh McDaniels go, like I feel like he on the hot seat too.
Yeah,
because y'all ain't really had a good season in a minute. So and plus with Mark Facebook posts, I'll be having to check in on him every week. So yeah,
give us some cardiac. Go to cardiac arrest here. GC said Mark pulled to ESPN. We talking about the effect on the Raiders, and he talking about his drug addiction. GC going in, GC man.
I mean, but that story though, like it really did impact the Raiders' play on the field because once Max Crosby was able to follow in Darren Waller's footsteps and kick his own substance abuse issue, he became not only a better man but a much better player for us on the field. Yeah. Like the comparison between when Max was still having his problems versus after his problems is night and day. So it still has some on the field impact, GC.
Okay. Deuce, y'all come on, I got a rant. Rant, boy, I got one. Oof.
So I think my biggest thing right now is what a wedding gift.
Word.
I just got off my honeymoon. First thing is you're shipping me away from number one, my all-pro wife who's in Vegas, all the way across the country to New York.
Yes.
So now if I'm Darren, I'm looking for the Vegas to trade her to the New York Liberty or something because you can't be in New York without my wife. But
that's facts.
I actually really agree with Mark on the point of the Darren Waller story. Man, I found out his story not too long ago, and to hear it is pretty dope, especially the effect he had on the teammate Max Crosby. But I'm gonna step away from the Raiders side of thing and look at the New York Giants side.
Please.
They got a bona fide ball player when they got Darren Waller.
Yes, sir.
And I think what they're trying to build up there and the pieces that they're trying to gather, I think that one might have been one of the most important ones. To have the run game back with Saquon, be able to run more, play action, getting that stuff to the tight end. I can't remember who their tight end was last year. The last one I really remember is Evan Ingram, who's now in Jacksonville. So to get this guy in, who's a top 10, top 15 tight end, easy, is going to be huge for them. So I think look for him to have a breakout year next year. I think he becomes a focal point of that offense, and they try to feed him the ball a lot to open up the rest of it, get some of those young receivers and those other guys involved. I think that's big for the Giants.
That's crazy.
If I can also add, though, host, a bit of irony to all of this situation.
Well said.
Guess who the Raiders play next season?
Yeah.
That's
all right, because we're gonna kick that.
That's a quick 175 and 2 tutties, 8 catches.
Not on us. We ain't healthy. Top 10 when healthy, dudes. Facts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's facts. Street.
Yeah, man. Dude's a physical marvel. 6'6", 255, can run. Solid ball player. I think it's a great pickup for the Giants. But, the dude just don't stay healthy, man. I can't remember last time I seen the brother play, to be quite honest with you. I mean, he stay hurt. Yeah. So, it's like having a pretty car out there in your yard you can't drive. So, I mean, what purpose does that serve?
Yes, sir.
I think the Raiders was fed up with him, in the lineup, out the lineup. Just a lot of lower leg injuries throughout the years, ankle injuries, quad injuries, patella injuries. Just hasn't held up, man. He just hasn't held up. Just been really injury prone. So I think the Raiders did what they had to do. The Giants, now, if they get the player that he's supposed to be and has been before in his career, then that's a solid pickup for him. They just re-signed Sterling Shepard. It all goes down. It comes down like Dallas. It comes down to their quarterback. Yeah. It comes down to their quarterback. He's going to get it done, but it's a solid pickup if he can stay healthy. But that's the $1 million question, and he's probably not. What they say, the best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. So he's probably.
I disagree with that, Wallstreet.
I think he's going to get banged up again, probably.
I know.
disagree with you, bro.
I know, but my rant might clear it up for you, maybe, because you might disagree with my rant because it's coming. Drew to the game. What up, Drew to the game? Drew to the game. Say I'm late to the party, but present. Just coming up for air, man. Work kicking my teeth in today. Too busy. How's the best podcast crew in the land? You already know, Drew to the game.
Going on, Playboy.
You already know I got the best of the best sitting right here in front of me. You already know, baby.
I like how Drew to the game show up when we start talking about a former Raven. That's crazy.
Yes, he's like a full car, baby. Yes, sir. That's facts. All right, Q-Dogg. What you got, man? Darren Waller, he's gone. What you got, man? What you got?
Man, just like they used to say back in the day, you hail him when you well, but you just stay sick all the damn time. He just stay hurt, and he's a good player when he's out there. I just really feel that really is pointing to this organization. The last few years, it just seemed like to me the best thing I think with the owners like Mark Davis. Now I think they should sell the team. I think they should, because I don't think I think they don't know what they're doing. They really don't, man. It's just too much going on. It's just too much going on. I think they sell the thing. Get somebody in there that's going to get the right players in there. Get them back to the old Raiders that we're used to, because it seems like it's just a snowball effect going on with the Raiders here the last 3 years with the players that they're losing. And so I just really think it comes from Mark Davis really doesn't know what he's doing. So sell the team. I think it'd be of best interest to me to sell the team, to get somebody in there that know what they're really doing.
Preach, Q-Dogg.
I agree. I definitely agree with Q. That was very, very well said there, OG. And I definitely agree with you on that. I've been actually saying that for a few years now. But to go on Darren Waller, I understand. I disagree with the host.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Thank you.
You're my rated brother. You're my rated brother, so I need your opinion on this.
But it's a good move though, Mark, because he missed 14 games in 2 years. And I think with a guy like that with so much talent, I think it's just going to start trickling down with these injuries to the point where us Raider fans, we're going to get tired of them. Because it's like, goddamn, like you are a dog. You want our dogs. We need you on the field.
That's what you were saying last year.
Yeah, and what pissed me off about it is because he was hurt, but I see him at the Padres game. They showed Darren Waller at the Padres baseball game. Wait a minute, you hurt. And I mean, you got personal life outside of football, but if you're hurt and you're a dog, don't you need to be somewhere regrouping, getting yourself together? Like, I don't know. It to me, and I've been here 30 years with the Raiders. It just seemed like he don't want to play football no more. It didn't look like he wanted to play anymore. I didn't feel like he didn't want to play anymore. That's what I felt like. That injury, whatever the injury was, I think his knee, Street said. I just think it didn't incorporate, man. It just incorporated with me. That's why Morneau, thank goodness Morneau came in there and did what he did. I don't think Darren Waller, I think he'd have got hurt again and again and again to the point where he's just gonna be one of those guys that's with great talent but he just went on away with the injuries, man. And that's what Q was saying. I think that as far as the Raiders, I really think Mark Davis should just sell this team.
You should.
And because, man, it seems like we just throwing spitballs at the wall. Pow. See if they're going to stick. Pow, pow, pow. And those of you who don't know, the Raiders, one thing, Q, we're never going to get back to the 80s Raiders.
No, you're not.
70s.
Rules won't let you do that.
It'll never happen. One, because of the rules and stuff, how it is now.
Yeah, right.
Now, it's not like that. And two is because of our organization. It's in the game. It's all about that. There's no guys that's really going out here giving it their all heart and whatever. Like how we had George Atkinson and Jack Taylor.
We had somebody like that in the locker room, but they just sent him to New Orleans. But
exactly, Derek Carr. So I mean, all we got now is Devontae, and hopefully he'll stay, of course. And to go back to what you said about Max Crosby, you said something about Max Crosby being defensive player of the year, and I totally agree with that. He should have been at least up there because at one time, and not to boast and brag, but the Raiders had we led the league in receiving yards with Devontae. We led the league in rushing with Jacobs, and Max Crosby at one time led the league in sacks. So we had all three guys on the same team that led the league, and we get no nod for that. But anyway, that's nothing. But I agree with what Q said. And with Darren Waller, it hurts me because I'm a fan and we're a fan, and he did so many great things for the Raiders. I mean, besides Travis Kelce, look at Darren Waller. He's like one of the top. George Kittle.
Yeah, he, Kittle, and Kelce were all constantly fighting for that top.
These guys are a rare breed now because tight ends were known back then for blocking. They were known for blocking. Jay Novacek, Pete Metzelaars, and all that. Those guys back then. They were known for that. But this dude plays wide receiver. He could play wide receiver. Like he was that athletic. But he like Street said, man. I agree with Street. He just can't stay healthy.
But my question to you all who I respect y'all's opinion. I'm definitely with y'all on it. Like availability is the best ability, but at the same time, like I'm questioning like at one point does a player's talent overweigh that? And the reason I say that is because look at how many times, especially early in his career, Rob Gronkowski got hurt with season-ending injuries year after year after year, but the Patriots stuck with him and he produced for him. Thomas Davis down in Carolina stayed, turned his ACL. The Panthers stayed with him and he produced for him.
Yeah.
Like where's the cutoff line between like, yeah, he's injury prone, but yeah, he's also really, really good, and we should keep him to try to help him avoid injuries.
But they had won championships with Gronkowski, so that gave him some rope.
Yeah, we talked about this, Mark, but Belichick is an old school guy. Their system is they have a well-oiled machine type system. They're very, very stable, very balanced, very disciplined. So they're not going to give up like that. No, the Raiders is not. We unstable as hell. Like we got felonies and DUIs and all this, man, and gun charges. If we just unstable. If we had something like the Patriots, then maybe Darren Waller would have stayed. But I mean, like I was like who was saying this? Ford. Universal saying, it's like having a Ford car. I mean, having a nice car, you can't drive it. He's good. But do you really want to take this chance of him? He's going to be healthy, or is he going to be injured?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm one of them old school guys. Like, if you bring something to my locker room, I feel like I would, and you got talent, I would try to find something for you. Yeah. That might just be me. But Q-Dogg definitely struck a nerve, though, personally with me when he said that comment about Mark Davis, because as much as I want to blame Washington, as much as I hate Washington for what they've done and all of this, the rumors I've been hearing is that Mark Davis has been instrumental in a lot of what's been causing our turmoil lately, and I don't know if the league can force him out or what, man. But I couldn't agree with Q-Dogg more, man. I think for the first time, it's really time for a non-Davis to own the Raiders.
Yeah. That ain't happening.
I know it.
I mean, hell, could Stephen Jones come over from Dallas and take over? Like,
you would want some of that old Dallas pedigree over there, would you, man?
Hey, man.
No, hell no. Give me a Rooney.
There you go.
Yeah, give me a Rooney, go.
I don't know, man. There's an owner in the league that came from that Rooney tree that ain't been doing too well down in Carolina. So I don't know about all that.
Give him time, Mark. He just got his #1 draft pick. Give him a little time, man. Give him a little time. We'll decide that after the draft.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord, man. All right.
That was therapeutic. I needed that. Thank you.
Yeah. OG. Appreciate that, OG.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm gonna hit home with it.
Keep it real, baby.
Yeah.
Last football one is the biggest. What's going on in the NFL, man? And it's Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers says his intention is to play for the New York Jets in 2023. Lord have mercy, he said it. Rodgers made an extended appearance on the Pat McAfee show on Wednesday and explained his desired location for his 19th season in the NFL and where he currently stands at this point in his career. He said this, and I quote, "At this point, as I sit here, I think since Friday, I've made it clear that my intention was to play. My intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets," Rodgers said. When Rodgers began his much discussed darkness retreat, however, he believed he was headed toward retirement after 18 seasons in Green Bay. It was only once he emerged from the darkness that he realized he still wanted to play. I'm not going to go too far into this, but I'm going to ask the OG, because the OG has been seeing this guy for 18 straight years now. So Q, man, you've seen this guy 18 years. You have played this guy in overtimes. You have played this guy in intense snow games. You have played this guy in intense cold weather games as a Minnesota Viking fan. You have been through the wire with this guy. You have seen this guy. You have beaten this guy. This guy have beaten you. Y'all don't win at it. Y'all don't win at it. The Vikings have, and they are the Minnesota Vikings arch Packers. But Q, do you actually think he can take the New York Jets to an AFC Championship game? I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. Do you think if he come over to the Jets, he can actually take these guys to the promised land? Well, semi-promised land. I go as far as AFC Championship game with the team that the Jets have now.
Aaron Rodgers, man, he's been a problem and a thorn in our side for years.
Yeah.
I really feel that I really don't want him to go nowhere. I want to stay in Green Bay because, with the new coach, Kevin O'Connell that we have, and we went 13-4, I think he might have seen the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
we're going to, we're going to get better. Kevin O'Connell, I think that was the best hire we ever had. Yeah. And I really feel that, once he leaves, people are going to say that if Roger was still in the division, y'all wouldn't win it. I'm going to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I want him to stay. I want to beat him. But I think that he sees the writing on the wall. I kind of feel like if he goes there, he's going to make them compete. Don't get me wrong. They know that he's a proven winner. If you just get to a certain spot, he will deliver the ball. And he showed that time and time again. Now, get to a AFC championship, I don't know. I don't know in year one. That's going to be tough for him. Going from a team that's he done played all his career to a different team to get adjusted to different players and everything. It's going to take at least a season, to really get everything immaculated. They'll be better, but I don't know about going to an AFC championship. I don't want him to go personally. I want him to stay. Because
is he a fluff? Is he a fluff or is he a drama queen right now?
He's been a drama queen. It's always been about him. He always been arrogant. I'm good. I can make any team better. He carries that persona with him.
Yeah.
Now to see that happen, we're going to see. But I don't think it would be like it will be in Green Bay. I think it's going to take some time. Because like I say, these receivers, they got to get, Lazard, he went over there to the Jets and they built a rapport. So that will help. But I really feel that a lot of times when you've been somewhere, how long been in Green Bay? You say, how many years?
18
years, a long time to be one organization. And then you just go somewhere like that and hopefully you're just going to take the Jets from the bottom and just take them to the top like that. It's not going to happen that fast. Mm-hmm. It really not. You'll improve them. You'll make them competitive. But to get to the AFC championship, you're talking about Buffalo, you're talking about Miami, what they done built, Cincinnati, a lot of young talent that's strong. And it's a lot he got to overcome.
Hey.
So I can't see that happening in the first year. I really can't if they get him. But I want him to stay. I want him to go, but he's gonna go. But I don't want to hear nobody talking about because we win our division, and if Aaron Rodgers there, we wouldn't know. I want to hear that talk no more. I want to hear that. And we proved it last year with our new coach. We are here to stay. Aaron Rodgers or not.
There you go. And that man just said that division is owned.
That's ours.
Minnesota Vikings.
I think the 313 got something to say about that, Q.
Huh?
I think the 313 got something to say about that, man.
Oh. They're gonna be tough.
No. Word.
What you talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
They're gonna be tough. I like Dan Campbell. Them boys play with grit. They fight. You see all the games that they played. They have been competitive. They just can't find a way.
They got the most points in the NFL.
Yeah, they score, but they just can't find a way. I think what happened is when it comes to situational football, I think that's what Dan Campbell lacks. Because one game we played them and the situation, he called a couple plays that gave up the game for them. When it comes to situational football, he's not that good.
Right.
He gets them hype, he gets them motivated, he gets them competitive, but when you have to have that special play, he don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it. Lack of leadership. But I think he'll get over the as more he becomes experienced. He will. And I'm glad Mark said something about the Lions because the Lions are gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be that fight, the Lions and the Vikings. It's gonna be it's gonna be the new rival, probably. Rich homie, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers possibly going to the Jets. What does that do for the Jets, man? What do you think that's going to do for the Jets?
I don't know. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Favre do the same thing? And they
facts.
Yeah. So I don't know because I don't really know like what pieces the Jets got. I know like on defense they like a little better, but I know and then with Zachary, I can't remember his last name, but they starting quarterback now.
Zach Wilson.
I know Zach Wilson. They had a little riff with him, basically almost like how Russell Wilson and the Seahawks was. So they weren't really getting, they really weren't getting along. So I mean, I feel like A-Rod, he'll bring like veteran leadership to him, but who's to say like how that's gonna pan out? Because I really don't know the pieces they got right now, especially on offense. So
they got some young gunners now.
That's something.
Got some
that's
horses.
just some.
Yeah, they got some young gunners.
We're just gonna have to see.
Right. Okay.
With that one.
Okay. I'm with you. Rich homie. I got to see. Hey man, Deuce. What you think, Deuce?
Yeah, similar to what Rich Homie was just saying, man. They got some dogs up there. They got Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson and now Alan Lazard, who was, correct me if I'm wrong, he was the leading pass catcher in Green Bay last year.
Yeah, he was.
But I think I'm be honest with you, man. I think that they're getting an older version of Zach Wilson. I think it's a guy with crazy arm talent. Rodgers is super talented. Don't mistake anything for that. But they're just so arrogant. The world seems to revolve around them, and when it doesn't, they kind of throw hissy fits, and that's why they're in the predicament they're in now with Zach, and that's why him and the organization they benched him. They're having odds. They had to play Joe Flacco last year. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason I take a top. I want to say he was the number 1 overall pick, and 2 years later, I'm benching him for a 21 plus year veteran who isn't winning.
Yeah, 2.
So that. With that being said, though, it's more about Rodgers than Zach. Rodgers is going to come in and be Rodgers. He's gonna push the ball down the field. As long as they'll put those weapons around him, and from what it sounds like, he's playing GM too. Like, these are the cats I want.
Words out my mouth.
He basically took that whole Green Bay team. He was like, I want Mercedes Lewis, I want Randall Cobb.
Word.
Sprinkle a little Odell Beckham on top of that for me. So if he can manage to swing that, then they're going to be tough to beat, especially with that defense and what Robert Saleh has done with, Sauce Gardner, Leonard Williams, and all those dudes on that defense.
Yes.
And they're just nasty. They're physical. They're a defensive-led team, in my opinion.
Yes.
And I think that's what they'll strive at. I think that's what they need to go in and hang their hat on is their defense, even with getting Aaron Rodgers. Like, I get he's Aaron Rodgers. I understand. But I'm not going to let him change the culture and the integrity of what I've built.
Yes.
I'm not just going to come in here and it's the Aaron Rodgers show, all lights on you. No, you'll come in and be my quarterback, but we got to continue what we've been going because guess what? In 2-3 years, you could be gone.
Yeah, exactly.
He could be gone. I can't. I don't think I can put all my eggs in that basket. Me personally.
Yeah,
and that's what I was going. That's what I was going to ask because he only got 2 more years for me. Because I mean, we on what? Year 18, right?
18 years.
Yeah, so like he only got 2 to 3 years.
39 years old.
Like, I mean, he'll be here, and we seen how it was with Tom Brady. Like, of course they made the playoffs, but like, Father Time gonna catch up.
Yeah,
like
you said, Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah, so.
But Aaron
Rodgers. But you said what?
No, I was just basically saying Aaron Rodgers. He has to have it his way. That's just how he is. I mean, it's going to when he get there. Because of what he built. It's like he's like. I've been here before. Y'all never been to places where I've been. I can show you. Just let me. Just follow me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna make it all about him.
I don't disagree with you because of who Rodgers is and who he's shown us who he is over the years. but it was more of, if I'm Robert Saleh, there's got to be some form of a conversation, because you can see the camaraderie and the fire that those dudes play with together, and I truly believe that Aaron Rodgers can be a guy to come in and blow all that up and flip that locker room on its head.
Yeah,
you know. And I like I said, he's an older version of Zach. The same things that they were saying about Zach coming out of college, they said about A-Rod, you know.
But that's if he add to it. You'll say if he add to it, but he's not gonna add to it. He's gonna make things gravitate to him.
Right.
You know, that's just how he is. I mean, he's not gonna change that.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
he's not gonna change it.
It's gonna be Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets.
And the New York Jets.
Yeah. Yes, that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, like David Ruffin and the Temptations.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Right.
Street jump in there.
Good analogy.
But I'm gonna have to say, I wholeheartedly disagree with the fellas, man. I disagree totally. Okay. You know, first of all, I think this is gonna be rejuvenating for Aaron Rodgers, man. If anybody's dated a girl for a long time and you just get used to each other's ways, and sometimes when you get out of that relationship and you get that new woman, you know how it is, OG. You give that new woman that new vigor, that new fervor is there. You know what I mean? You just feel good about you. You just feel rejuvenated, that young energy around you. You know what I mean? He played with a lot of old receivers. You know what I mean? Cobb was an older receiver. I think this receiving core here
is
by far better than that receiving core that he's living in Green Bay. You got Garrett Wilson, like you say, Elijah Wood. You got some ballers. Yeah, Elijah Moore. Sorry, you got some ballers. You know, the running back position. I think they got, even though he's coming off an injury, I think he's a better running back. Yeah. I like Aaron Jones, but I think Breece is a better running back.
Yeah, Breece is a stud.
And I think they have a better running attack than the you know, I think,
who's the camera always gonna be on?
It don't matter. It's always gonna be on the quarterback.
No,
that doesn't matter.
No.
It's always on your quarterback. It's gonna be on Rodgers.
But it's gonna be. They're gonna make it when he come in. It's gonna always be the Aaron Rodgers show.
I disagree with that, because
I'm telling you, it's gonna be there.
He's choosing to come here. He's not getting.
I know that, but
he's choosing to come here.
But he's choosing to come in to do what he's going to do what Aaron Rodgers do.
And that's not throw a lot of interceptions and throw a lot of touchdowns. That's what they need him to do.
And then when you do all that, it's going to be about Aaron Rodgers.
That's fine. That's fine. It's always about the quarterback.
Like Duke said the New York Jets that we used to seeing coming up, these young talent. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers in the New York Jets.
It's going to be such a big difference between that young quarterback and the 4-time MVP, man. He's going to lift that whole organization up. And I wouldn't care as an owner if it's about Aaron Rodgers.
So you think they're going to take him to the AFC in the first year? AFC Championship.
He's going to hit the ground running, man. He's going to
hit the ground AFC running. Championship. Do you think he's going to take him to the AFC Championship the first year, this year?
He should take him there. He got the talent. He has the talent. He's talented enough, and he has the talent on this team defensively. And definitely, they're going to be much better offensively, man. Aaron don't throw a lot of interceptions. And with this receiving core, this might be the best receiving core that he's had since he's had back in the day when he had I can't think of the when he won a Super Bowl with them guys. This is probably the best receiving core since he's had since then, by far, I think. So I look for Aaron to come here, dig in that little Father Time bag and pull out something, pull it out, man. I look for him to put it together this year. I really do. And there's no comparison between him and Zach Wilson, man. Come on, there is no comparison.
There's no comparison.
It might be a comparison with their attitude. Maybe they're little diva. But what quarterback ain't a diva? Most quarterbacks are divas, man.
We can name some. We can name some guys that aren't divas.
Most quarterbacks got a little diva in them, man. Come on, man. It's the quarterback.
No. Wide receivers is the divas.
Wide receivers do.
Well, that's true too. I would say that. But listen, Aaron Rodgers is a different type of guy, but you cannot take away from him. He's still a 4-time MVP, still top 5 quarterback in the league right now.
Hall of Fame.
Or at least top 10, not top 5, top 10 quarterback. So I just think he's going to elevate that offense, man. They get all the pieces there. They just missing that quarterback.
You forget one thing.
What's that?
He's arrogant, big time.
Kobe Bryant was arrogant. It's a lot of arrogant. There's been a lot of arrogant superstars.
Kobe Bryant wasn't arrogant. No.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't arrogant. No.
Yes, he was.
He was arrogant. He was arrogant because I don't even want to go there.
Yeah, exactly. He was arrogant.
No, Kobe Bryant was arrogant because he has to be in the game, not outside of the game. Aaron Rodgers.
I've seen some of Kobe Bryant interviews. Kobe Bryant had a sense of arrogance around him, man. You know what I mean? He had this sense of it. I think all the time. I think it won't until his final year that little sense of arrogance started to wear off of him, and he started to be a little tolerable for me.
We all know Kobe Bryant has a mind to work. That's why we define, Mamba mentality.
No doubt about it.
What Aaron Rodgers doing? He going in a dark retreat. A dark retreat, bro.
Sometimes I don't think the team.
He's doing the same thing as LeBron James.
Man, the team didn't address a lot of things for Aaron Rodgers, though, host.
But it's true. But LeBron James is also in that era of drama queen too, because this guy had put the world on the edge of their seats just to determine whether he's going to play for Cleveland or Miami.
It's good entertainment, host. It's good entertainment. We're in the entertainment business, baby.
It's good entertainment, but that's super duper cocky, bro.
That was a lot of production from ESPN, though.
That's true. ESPN made it worse. ESPN is making Aaron Rodgers even worse. They're making it worse.
I would say that.
Yeah, they're doing it. Aaron Rodgers is doing his cockiness, but ESPN, boy, they ESPN is like this. If you're stupid, they're gonna add stupid on top of it. they're gonna add stupid on top of it. They're gonna keep going and going because they're gonna make money off this. Now, if Aaron Rodgers signs with the Jets, I guarantee you, majority of those games are gonna be sold out.
And on TV.
All of them, and on TV.
They should be.
And Steven Smith is just gonna go beside.
Oh yeah. We're gonna see Jet games on TV, like it ain't nothing. Which is smart in a way.
Why? Why are you gonna see all that? Why?
Because of Aaron Rodgers.
And it's New York City too.
Not alone. I'm not saying that Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game, and he is super talented. But also, again, that ego and all of that stuff that he come with it. Getting there, that's what's going to help him get the TV time. That's what's going to put the Jets. I mean, they see Aaron Rodgers' talent, but they also see all that drama queen too. And the Jets need that.
Oh yeah,
they need
a good quarterback, man.
All that. They need all that.
You gotta tell me if you can go from Zach Wilson to Mike White to Aaron Rodgers, bro. You're all right. And I really think the team should go all out these last 2 years with Aaron. If you only got him for 2 years, toss that thing around, Aaron. We're going to get everything out of you right now these last 2 years.
They should. Mr. President, did you say something about this before I go into
Not yet. Oh man, there's a lot to digest with this one.
I'm setting up. All right, boy. Go ahead, bro. I don't know how to feel about the Aaron Rodgers situation, to be honest with you, because on one hand, the Jets obviously need an upgraded quarterback to take advantage of the talent they have everywhere else on the field. And to survive in New York, the media capital of the world, one of the harshest sports towns ever, you have to have a big ego. And Aaron Rodgers, I feel like, has the ego to survive the New York media. But at the same time, and this is where like I couldn't disagree with the host more. Like this is probably like my biggest I disagree with you host I've ever played. Please don't ever compare Aaron Rodgers to LeBron James ever again. There is no universe in any realm of reality where LeBron James and Aaron Rodgers are the same kind of teammate. LeBron is a much better teammate than Aaron Rodgers is. No, I say teammate.
See, you compare the two of them as far as like being.
What are you talking about, Kobe?
He brought up LeBron too.
Okay, let me hit the disagree back real quick. Oh, Mark, you done did it now. But because let me tell you something. LeBron James, every year, from Cleveland to Miami, back to Cleveland to LA, every year we trying to figure out what team this guy gonna play for, right? He stops the world, even though he knows, but he stops the world. It's not as intense as Aaron Rodgers, but it's there. And again, that ESPN, he's shutting it down, and I'm taking my talents to South Beach. And then he gets there, and they have a goddamn platinum, a platform with him, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six championships. And that's cocky.
A little pep rally, host. A little pep rally.
That's no pep rally. Did Michael Jordan do that?
There's a new era.
Key difference.
New era.
The thing that I don't particularly like about
a new era, but Vince Carter didn't do that.
But see, things are more out in the open now. You know, more reality TV,
Tim
those
Duncan
type of things.
Instagram,
you know.
Tim Duncan was a different cat, man.
Exactly. Tim Duncan was
smart. Tim Duncan got the goddamn MVP trophy with the Jesus sandals and some jorts on. I'm just saying.
You gotta understand, man. LeBron is the social media.
Tim Duncan did his work quietly on the court. He didn't do it on the media.
But I don't think
these media guys is coming in there talking all that junk with the media. Deshaun Jackson, same way. Blah 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 blah. But you're a one-trick pony. He stuck us for $1 million last year, and didn't do jack.
He won us a Thanksgiving. He won us a Thanksgiving game and helped us get in the playoffs. So
one game he only showed up for, and that was against the Cowboys. One game, and we gave him $1 million.
The main reason why I said I disagree with you, because if you're gonna go off of it on like how the media presents the story, I agree with you. It does become a bit of a media circus whenever LeBron has to choose the next team. But I didn't take it for that. I'm taking it more so as like, yeah, LeBron comes with the antics, but LeBron puts in the work. LeBron is very humble and he takes accountability. In Aaron Rodgers' career with the Packers, any and every time something went wrong, he always did the finger pointing game. It was always the Packers' fault. Why they draft Jordan Love? True. Why they ain't never get me a first-round receiver?
True.
Why they do this? Why they ain't do that?
Those are true statements, though.
Yeah, that's
true. How
that's true.
The Jordan Love one for sure.
You're right, Mark. You're right. He points fingers. You are totally right. But what I'm saying is LeBron James and those two, they put the media and everybody, the world, frozen.
Yeah, we on the same page now.
I think
we're on the same page. I understand you better now.
They the only two cats that does that.
I think it's slightly different though, host, just because I think the media goes to Bron because of who he is. Instead of
Paul Pierce wanted to exit ESPN.
Like I said earlier, the media adds on to the stupidness.
Instead of Aaron Rodgers going to Pat McAfee to make his point. That's totally different.
Totally different.
That's totally different. You come to me and ask me my opinion, and I give it to you. That's one thing. But this kid is going out his way when we calling him the Green Bay Packers quarterback, and he's saying, "I'm going to play in New York." Bron was a free agent when he did all that.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's a totally different ball game. I get that they dominate the headlines. I will not disagree with you.
That's the media.
They dominate the headlines.
Adds on to the stupid.
But I think your intentions is what we should be discussing, not the way the media interprets you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But who Aaron Rodgers went to Pat. LeBron, yeah, he did have the media day and the big thing, but he's also greatest player on the planet at the time, and in my opinion, he still is.
Amen, Deuce.
That
you're right. No, he wasn't.
On the Aaron Rodgers front though,
he was great. He was great. LeBron was the man. He kind of still is. But go ahead.
Back to the Aaron Rodgers conversation though. I think on one hand, because of his ego and the incredibly tumultuous relationship he has with Green Bay, that could honestly be a huge roadblock in preventing him from getting to New York. And what I mean by that is, if Aaron wants to go to New York, the way that he's treated the Packers the last couple of years and the way that he's bamboozled them and basically held them by the throat with threatening to retire if they didn't do this, and this, and all that kind of stuff, why should the Packers feel obligated to meet his demands and do what he's asking them to do?
I agree. And he reminds me of that guy, the girl of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory. Violent.
The one with the gum. Oh, yeah. The rich one or the one with the gum?
Violent. Daddy, I want this. Daddy, I want that. This and this and that. If you don't give it to me, I'm going to scream.
That's Aaron Rodgers. Is the quarterback. So when you got that
tumultuous relationship, was like that too, though. Was he not?
Oh Lord.
Wait a minute, though. Be honest. Was LeBron James like that too?
No, I wouldn't.
I'm gonna say no, just because of LeBron. LeBron always put in the work. Like you always see LeBron like training, trying to work on his craft, trying to get better, spending time with his teammates in the gym, trying to actually put forth the effort.
And he stayed till his contract was up. He never asked for a trade before his contract was up.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, but I think if Aaron can somehow smooth things over with Green Bay enough to where like they're willing to work with him and compensate his requests, then it'll work. But also looking at the Jets' upcoming schedule for next year to put a bow on this, they schedule and next year ain't gonna be no cakewalk, man. They got the NFC East, which is at the top of their game right now, and they got the AFC West. So you already know when they come to Vegas, they're gonna take the L. So I mean, just looking at their schedule and then also Aaron Rodgers' ego, it can work, but it's gonna take a lot of effort and a lot of like smooth sailing to get it to work. Because again, me personally, I love Aaron Rodgers' talent. I just don't know if I can have that toxic ego in my locker room. Just me personally, but if it works, it'll hit. I don't think they're gonna go to the AFC Championship game this year. I ain't going that crazy with it because when Aaron Rodgers had talent around him in Green Bay, he would get to the championship game or get to the divisional round and never go further. With the exception of that 1 year in Seattle where old dude completely effed up the onside kick. I mean, Aaron Rodgers wasn't enough to get his teams over the hump, and he had talent around him. So
very true.
And Mark, just to piggyback on that, because obviously I think we've learned that I'm not a huge Rodgers fan. He had the ultimate home field advantage for two of those games.
Very true. Very, very true.
Ultimate home field advantage.
Very true.
You let
it was 13-3
every year. Warm weather team.
Did he ever have the best team, the better team, though? No. Even though he had advantage, he never had the better team.
I won't say that.
But that record, though, that record was impressive.
I mean, but at the same time, even if you don't have the best of teams, Wallstreet, and as a Raiders fan, I know this firsthand. Look, man, sometimes when you go to a cold weather environment, especially in January, that cold will neutralize whatever talent you got on that field. I mean, no disrespect, dudes. How many times did the Raiders have to make the cross-country trip to Pittsburgh in January, go play at a frozen Three River Stadium, and our speedy wide receivers couldn't do nothing? Mm-hmm. Or that time in the 90s when we could have gone to the Super Bowl, but had to go to Buffalo in January and we lost.
I agree with you. That's like the 49ers when they had to go. I mean, let's say you got to play in Minnesota when Minnesota was outside, like back in the day. Minnesota, Green Bay, like teams like that.
Hey, it get cold up there in New York too now. I don't think
it's cold.
He's gonna be in a cold weather team here. The Jets is a cold weather team also.
Yeah, but being in New York cold in New York City is a totally different cold from Buffalo or Green Bay. I'm just
in Minnesota.
Green Bay is ridiculous.
It's cold. It's cold. I agree.
Tell somebody tell Minnesota you need to go back to playing outside, man. We need more teams in the elements, bro.
Nah, tell Charlotte
dome teams.
Tell Charlotte to get a dome. I'm tired of sitting out in them elements. Ain't nothing worse than sitting in a football game when it's raining on you the whole time. Ain't nothing worse.
But that's what makes football football. Like that's what separates it from the other sports. You can play it in
the Tiffany in the arena.
Hell no.
I can't do the elements.
I'm with you, Mark, because it killed me when before Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen had even gotten to the championship game, they were already planning to move it to Atlanta. So I'm with you 100%, bro. If you gonna play outside, you gonna have an outside. It don't matter. Come January, you be prepared to play outside. I don't care if it's snowing or not. You better run the football or figure it out. But we ain't moving the game just so we can have the two quarterbacks that we promoting the most. You know, have them light it up. Like I don't agree with that.
See, that's what's wrong with the game now. Sissified. I want to take an ass. Don't want to get out there in the cold. You know, it's sissified.
All right, pops.
Oh man, well that's all the NFL talk. That's all I got, man. LeBron James. I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna leave it up.
Host, who do you hate more, LeBron James or Luis Perez, man? I just
Luis Perez. I don't hate LeBron James.
Damn.
LeBron James is nice. One of the greatest of all time. Greatest of this modern era. Hell no. I got respect for LeBron. Perez, I don't hate him. He just sucks. All right, gentlemen, let's go to some NBA, man. Then we got some NBA trivia. So you viewers, man, you guys stay tight, man. Y'all just came out of a little debate here, but that's what guys do, man, when we get together and talk about the game that we love is professional football. So hold tight, man. We got NBA and we got NBA trivia coming. So we got a couple of NBA news right now. So let's go. All right, man. The NBA, man. I want to talk about the Kia NBA MVP. International stars lead the tight NBA MVP race here. Sixers star Joel Embiid is one of the several international stars making strong cases for the award as the season winds down. The Kia NBA MVP race looks like it's going down to the wire. There's still a clear front runner with less than 20. It's not 20 now. Regular season games remaining. International superstars Nikola Jovic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid each present strong claims. Jokic is currently averaging a triple-double, could become just the third player in NBA history as average a triple-double for the entire season, joining Oscar Robertson and Russell Westbrook. Another narrative in the Joker's favor is that he could become the first player in league history to win 3 consecutive MVP awards. Antetokounmpo's numbers this season are on par with his stats from his 2019 and 2020 Kid MVP campaigns and his 31.2 points per average in a career best. The Greek Freak has also helped the Red Hot Bucks obtain the league's best overall record. And Joel Embiid, 33.3 points per game, has a chance to win the scoring crown for the second straight season and has Philadelphia looking like a legitimate title threat. He also has the edge in head-to-head matchups with the aforementioned candidates. Embiid is 3-1 this season against Jokic and Antetokounmpo. It's safe to say it's a pretty even race so far, and it's hard to imagine that changing the rest of the way. Jokic, Embiid, and Antetokounmpo each have their teams humming, and with the playoffs around the corner, don't expect any of them to ease off the gas. Rich homie, out of the 3, who wins this MVP race? This very tight MVP race.
I'm gonna say Embiid, because he just been balling out. But if I had to choose though, it'd be between Giannis and Embiid. And I only say that because Jokic, he putting up triple doubles every night, but his team is currently on a 4-game losing streak. Like your team is not y'all, they pretty much are comfortable right now because they got a nice little seed and stuff like that, but you're not winning. The other 2 teams, they hot. Yeah. So it could come in between both of them. So like if I had to choose though, I would go with Embiid, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Street.
Yeah, man. Y'all know in a couple of earlier podcasts, I was on Team Jokic earlier in the season.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I was, But but like with anybody, you get more information, you should have a chance to change your decision. And I got to go with Embiid right now. I think he's just starting to edge Jokic out over the last 6 games, man. This man been shooting 60% from the field, 50% from 3-point line. Just been on fire on a complete tear. 30 points a game.
Very true.
He's been on a complete tear. Game-winning buzzer beater shots. It's all about moments too, man. When you do them on national TV, all that matters when you're going for this MVP race.
Yes, sir.
He knocked off a playoff team the other night, the Cleveland Cavaliers, which is a tough out, and he went to work. I mean,
I think he had 33 and 19.
Yeah, just balled out.
Wow.
Like he said, Rich said that Jokic was on a 4-game losing streak. He snapped it the other night against Detroit, nonetheless. He was against Detroit, but he snapped the losing streak. But right now, man, I have to give the edge to Embiid, man. He really wants it, man. And that's what I want out of my MVP. Go out there and play the games. Quit taking all these games off. Play the game and put up work, put up numbers.
Yes.
And I think, I think he deserved it this year, man. They stuck it to him a couple years when I thought, he had a good chance. But this year, I think he's finishing strong.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Give me Embiid, man.
Okay, I totally agree.
If I had a vote, that's what I would vote for.
Okay, Mr. President.
I'm gonna echo the sentiments of my main man, Wallstreet, man. I think it's Embiid's award to lose, in my opinion. People forget the V and MVP stands for valuable, the most valuable player.
Yes, sir.
And all respect to the other guys in the running for it. I think without question, if you take Joel Embiid out of Philadelphia, they are not doing much of nothing. Even when Joker isn't on the top of his game, Denver looks okay. You can't really tell much of a difference when he's on the court and when he's off. But I think without question, the fact that he's putting up these numbers and literally putting that team on his back and making them the playoff team that they are solely off of his work, you have to give it to Joel. I don't see anybody else really this close to being deserving, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Deuce.
Yeah, so y'all know where I am with this one.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's JoJo all day.
All day.
It's not even close. 33.5 points, 10.2 boards, 4 assists, 7-3 in the last 10 when we're really trying to make this run to figure out our rotation for the playoffs and who we're going to be and finding our identity and really getting going, especially with guys like Tyrese getting back into it and figuring out where Tobias is really going to be, what he's going to do for us. I think now is where you need your guy to be your guy. I think it's a lot of coming down the court and it's a lot of turn fives. It's straight to Embiid at the free throw line. He's turning around. He can see where the double team is coming from, and you just can't stop him. He's super savvy. He's going to get to the free throw line 10, 12 times a night, and he's going to hit them. He's a 7-footer that's knocking down his free throws, shooting 50% from the field. But most importantly, the thing that jumps off the paper to me is how dominant he is.
Yes.
Jokic is great. His numbers are insane. 25, 12, and 10. That's insane. You know what I mean? Especially that 10 coming from assist of a 7-footer.
Yeah.
It's insane. And like I said, I love to see bigs at the top of the MVP conversation. 3 7-footers are who we're talking about. So, but man, you can tell the difference when that dude steps on the floor. It's just like no one wants to hold him. They're sending 2 every time, and it just doesn't seem to be enough. So, I'm going with Joel. It's not even close for me. I think they also have to make up for one. I think this should be his second.
I agree.
But I think when Jokic broke the records that he broke last year, it was hard to take it away from him. It wasn't why Embiid wasn't worthy, but tell me why Jokic isn't. It's tell me why he shouldn't win it. And I don't think anybody had an answer for that because of how dominant he was.
Jesus, I asked the same question.
So
I asked the same question. Why shouldn't he?
Yeah. And it's hard to answer, man. I think it was 2,000 points, 1,000 assists, and 1,000 boards in a season, something crazy like that. I mean, how do you not give him MVP?
Right. I agree. I agree with you. OG, man, MVPs, man. You are the real sports. 2022 podcast MVP yourself, brother. So you know about MVPs, man. Hey, Joel, Giannis, or the Joker?
Yeah, man. I mean, these new school centers, man. I'm kind of.
My man. My man right there, baby.
Yeah, it's something different, boy. I tell you, from the centers I'm used to it. I don't know if the centers that we used to do are gonna ever come back. But
no.
I really feel that I'm kind of with everybody else. I think Embiid, he should be the MVP. With the Joker winning back to back, it depends on the voters that's actually voting in. I mean, I don't know. They might carry to his style a little more. Even though the Embiid is more dominant, but some of these voters, I mean, they may think that his style, like I said, is a little bit more intriguing to them. But if it was my vote, I'd give it to Embiid. I'll go with him.
Embiid. Everybody's going for Embiid. Everybody, and I'm with y'all, brothers.
Yeah.
Y'all my brothers. I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all, man. And Embiid should do it. And not because, the color of his skin. We're not going that far. We're not doing that. No. But
okay, Kendrick Perkins.
We're not doing that, Ken. Yeah. I'm not turning into Kendrick Perkins. I ain't gonna be talking. I ain't gonna do all that. But it is, man. Like, and you guys just basically said the reason why, because this guy took the 76ers on his back. We would think that James Harden coming over there, that he would actually be the star. I thought but yes, sir, Q.
Okay, we all unanimous on Embiid, but if they give it to the Joker, what is it to be said? If he get it it'll be 3 years in a row that he got it. What is it to be said?
He'll be the only player to do it. He'll be the only player to do it. That's about it.
We know that, but we agree that Embiid, the way he's dominating, should get it.
I think he'd be third. I think two guys have. Yeah. Larry has done it.
No, in a row. He'd be
in a row.
Larry did it. Larry had.
Larry Bird ain't never done it in a row.
Hold up. I'm on it.
Larry has 3 in a row.
No, Larry Bird ain't never got 3 in a row. Magic ain't never got 3 in a row.
I think Larry did though.
So my main man Deuce.
No, he ain't never got 3 in a row.
Yeah.
My main man Deuce is correct. It looks like
there's only
there have been 3 players to win 3 NBA MVPs in a row.
Larry, and it'll be Joker.
I know Will.
No, Joker be the 4th.
Okay.
Bill Russell.
Yep. Bill, Wilt, and Larry, the only 3 to ever do it. 3 in a row.
But still. Okay. Now, so we.
And that's on NBA.com, Q.
Okay. So we've proven that fact. So, but still, now what?
I don't think he's gonna
get bounced out the second round, so it ain't gonna.
If he get it this year, it ain't.
Joel has a better chance of winning the NBA championship than Joker, I believe.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
But I also
go ahead, Richard.
I also feel like they should take it to a fact that like Embiid has a winning record versus both of them, and it's not like 2-1. It's 3-1. Like he's only lost 1 game.
Well, a couple of those games without Middleton too, though. You get it early in the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without they full cast of characters, and without the Crawford addition of Crawford, they done added some people to that roster.
True. That is true. That is true.
That's just my 2 cents on that.
I mean, I get what you're coming from on that. I get what you're coming from, but I mean the record, man. I don't know. I'm a Joel fan. I like Joel. I believe he should have got it 2 years ago, but that's just me. I like the Joker too. There's nothing taking away from the Joker. I like him. It means playing. He's a smart big man or whatever. I'm like with you, man. With these new big man, boy. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah. My God, damn. But okay, it is what it is. But Joel has been putting on a clinic. Yeah, he has been putting on a clinic. This dude is doing, game winners. Like it's almost like Kobe Jordan status for what he's doing. What he's doing, not don't jump me now. I said what he's doing. I know how y'all is, boy. Y'all millennials, boy. Hold up, host. No, ain't that. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying he's doing the stuff what an MVP should be doing.
And then.
But before Mark said something, he said valuable. And even though the Joker is valuable to the Nuggets, but also the Nuggets can win without him. I don't think the Sixers can do anything without Embiid. We've seen that before in the past. We've seen that before, right?
It's been how do you want it, host? I mean, it's just
right. Don't hurt me, y'all.
At the rim, mid range, from 3, free throw line.
Yeah.
And then I think the biggest thing though is his defensive side of the floor.
Yes, sir.
This dude the other night against Cleveland, he challenged one shot, came down, turned around, and blocked the other one.
I've seen him do it 100 times.
You know what I'm saying?
I still don't think they're gonna get past Milwaukee, man. Give me Milwaukee coming out of the East.
Maybe because Milwaukee's more deep. Milwaukee's the dogs.
And they got that Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis.
No, forget Giannis. I'm talking about around Giannis.
Oh yeah.
Well,
around him. Joel,
I think it's going to be a great series.
Joel don't have
tell you that.
It is, but I trust Drew Holiday and Middleton more than I trust Harden in the finals.
Not
right.
mad
You know what I mean? In the playoffs.
Not mad at that.
That's why Mark said, and I agree with him because he said valuable. That's why this guy should be MVP because Giannis is Giannis, Joel, and Joker, right? We all know Joker. Denver can win without Joker, and the Bucks can win without Giannis. The Sixers can't do anything without this dude. I'm telling you, they cannot. Tobias Harris, no. Maxey, no. Harden, no. They cannot do anything.
They're all the guys that you named, host, are guys that tend to disappear when it's playoff time. So
right.
I don't know about Maxey though. I ain't gonna put Maxey in that group.
They can't win. Well, I mean, I'm just
not yet. I'm gonna let him prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I just named him.
But he's honestly in the playoffs. He's gonna be the number 2 scoring option. I think obviously Harden will have the ball in his hand the most. He'll be the most ball dominant guy. But when it comes down to that box score and you're looking at who scored second most points after Embiid, it's going to be Tyrese Maxey. You can go ahead and pencil him in for that, especially when he's cooking. Now, Harden's game with anywhere from 15 to 18 assists, up in that range. But I think the scoring load is going to have to come from Tyrese after, obviously, Joel.
Mm-hmm. See what he said? It obviously from Joel. That's what I'm saying. From Joel. They can't do anything without him. So we all agree. Joel, we rooting for you, baby. Bring it on to Philadelphia, man. Bring it on. And stop playing for MVP and play for a championship.
Well, I feel like just to add a little bit on that, I feel like if we could get Harden to actually show up in the playoffs, they might could do that.
Very true. Very true. You keep running against Milwaukee, like Street said. You can't beat Milwaukee. You got to get past Milwaukee. You got to get past Boston. Those are the two.
That dog, Giannis, dog, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree with that. So, we rooting for you, Joel. Bring it on home, baby. All right, man. Mike Brown. Let's talk about Mike Brown. Mike Brown becomes the second Sacramento Kings coach to reach over 40 wins, man. Mike Brown made history as the second Sacramento Kings coach to win at least 40 games in the NBA season, and the veteran coach achieved this milestone. 128-119 road victory over the Phoenix Suns. This is way back when. The Giants. I said the Giants. I say that. The Kings. They were. This is not current. 40-26 are currently tied for the second place in the Western Conference with a chance to clinch their first playoff berth in 16 years. Prior to this season, Brown served as an assistant coach for the 2022 NBA champion Golden State Warriors. Mike's experience also includes head coaching positions with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Los Angeles Lakers. Prior to this season, Rick Adelman was the only other coach to guide the Kings team to at least 40 wins since the franchise moved to Sacramento from Kansas City in 1985. Real quickly, man, Mike Brown and the Sacramento Kings. Playoffs, deep.
Maybe.
I say they win their first round.
Okay.
And depending on who they match up with second round, man, they might be one and done.
But I love what he's doing though over there.
Yeah, right. Potential, got talent. Q-Dogg, what you think?
Hungry over there.
Maybe the first round. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned them when you said Rick Adelman, because that's when the Chris Webber days. I mean, they was a dangerous team.
Oh boy, they was nice.
Oh man, they were nice. Oh man, I forgot. They were deep.
I love watching them.
Yes, yeah, it was a good team. But first round. I'll say first round.
Mm-hmm. First round. Deuce.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna disagree with y'all.
Okay.
I start off by giving Mike Brown all the props in the world. Big fan of him, and his story and what he's done and how he's grown. And he was, able to be one of those guys that could take the step back. He went and learned in Golden State, got, his feet wet. And I think he learned more of his identity as a coach. They're 42-27, number 2 in the West. Haven't seen Sacramento up there in 15 years?
Yeah,
at least 15 years. But if the season ended today, they draw the Golden State Warriors.
Tough.
I don't know if I'll take them over them simply because of the experience of the Golden State Warriors. And anytime you get them in a 7-game series, you're gonna get their best punch. And that's for that reason. I'm nervous to say that they'll win first because they're the number 2 seed. The Warriors are at number 7 right now. Now, granted, going into this last week or two, things are going to fluctuate, and then we got the play in, so we'll figure out exactly who they draw.
Right.
But if I was them, I wouldn't want to draw the Lakers at number 10. Right. Or if the Mavs fall to 6, from 6 to 7, I don't want to see them if I'm them.
Right.
I think they're a very good young team over there, but I think it'll get a little rough in the playoffs in a 7-game series where they're gonna go at Sabonis because he's not a defensive big. He's a great ball player. He's not a defender. So I think that'll be their weakness. They'll go at
Hey, but what about the Warriors' Rose record this year, man? They only won 7 games on the road, so they ain't gonna have home court. They have to steal one.
They got to steal one though, and
it's not like won 7 games all year on the road.
It's not like I'm flying to Houston Street. I'm just going up the Sac.
But Sacramento's tough to play up in Sacramento.
It is, and they're going to be rabid.
They're going to be ready.
They're going to be ready because they ain't 16 years.
It might register on the Richter scale how loud they're going to be.
Oh God, yeah.
Playoff game.
I don't think the Warriors want that matchup though. I don't
think Golden State want that either. Because again, 16 years, these fans is fiending to see something like that.
They are. But with those guys that are on that roster, they haven't sniffed the playoffs.
That's true.
And we're talking about the 4-time.
Sabonis give Draymond problems though, man.
Yeah. He's
a tough matchup for Draymond.
Yeah.
Especially the boy from Memphis.
And Draymond don't shoot that 3 ball like he used to. No.
He's catching it at the high post and looking straight to the down screen and pass. It ain't even looking at the rim no more.
Ain't even looking at it no more, man.
Okay. So we're gonna give Mike Brown his flowers, man. I'm glad for him.
He's gotten way better offensively as a coach, and like you said, Deuce, going to the Warriors, I think that helped him with that.
I agree.
He's my coach. If I had a vote for Coach of the Year, I don't think even.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Mike Brown, man.
For sure.
The podcast is giving him his flowers.
That's a testament to life, man.
Yes, sir.
You get humble, but if you work, if you put in the work and commit to what you who you want to be and what you want to be,
tell it, Deuce.
These things are possible, man. Because I remember watching him coach Braun. You know what I mean? And
tell it, Deuce.
That was ugly. It was bad. They spoke about that guy very bad, and now the same people are having to eat their words. And it should feel great if I'm Mike Brown to be able to sit there and be able to show that. So if you feel any passion coming from this is why. Because they talked about that dude like a dog, and he was able to step in when Steve Kerr was hurt, and he wasn't coaching. He stepped in and led that team, and he was able to do this. So shout out to Mike, man.
Those are words coming from Deuce. Man, Deuce is absolutely 100% correct down the board, man. That is right. I totally agree, man. Mike Brown, he's a winner, man. He's a winner, and he's doing some great things. And like you say, man, if you stick to it and the commitment that he's doing with the Kings, oh boy, the Kings, they suck for years since. And Q knows since Mike Bibby and Chris Webber, Stojakovic, and all those guys, man,
Jay Will.
Jay Will, Vlade Divac, Brad Miller, Bobby Jackson, Scott Pilot. It goes on and on.
Salisbury, North Carolina, Bobby Jackson, baby.
Salisbury, North Carolina. But we right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Well, yeah, man, no doubt, man. He definitely got his flowers on that. Next one, last one, man. Lakers retire Paul Gasol's number 16.
I ain't get to go, Rose.
Huh?
I ain't get to go on the mat.
Come on.
I disagree with my podcast panelists, man. I think the Kings can go on a run. They really feel like they got some mojo and some momentum behind them, and I don't see why they can't make a serious run. I mean, Deuce brought up their experience. I'm going to rewind the clock real quick. Remember the 1995 Orlando Magic? They were a very young team with very little experience in the playoffs or in the finals, but they got all the way there, so it can happen. You just gotta have the right team at the right time and get hot, and I think the Kings can do that.
So they had the MDE also, right, Mark? Most dominant ever.
No, they ain't got Shaq, but
hey. ain't got him. So I think it's good. He ain't Sabonis ain't that, but I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
Sometimes
sometimes you go in playing with house money.
I mean, because more recently, like we saw with the Thunder, you know what I mean? Like with that young core, they got all the way to the finals too, so it can happen.
I mean, we'll see.
Basically, what I'm saying is don't sleep.
I agree with you, Mark.
No.
You know what, Mark? I do agree with you. I really do. They could make that run. They're young. They're fresh. They're hungry.
I think the only thing that I think kind of takes away from that, Mark, is it's not like you're the 7-8 seed. You're the number 2 seed.
Bingo.
Everyone has you on their radar. Everybody's looking like, all right, we may have to go to sack. So it's not like you can just squeeze on in, sneak in, grab a win on the road, go back home, and now you got the crowd on your back and you're up. Yeah. You split 1-1.
Yeah.
You're at home. You got to come out and win those first 2 games. Do I think they can do it? Possibly. Do I think it'll be rough against the Warriors? Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. Bingo. See, you get that? Bing. You're right about that. But Mark, you're not wrong at whatsoever. Because I believe that they can go, man. Like I said, they're hungry, they're young, they're fresh. Why not? I would like to see it.
I feel like the West is kind of vulnerable right now because Phoenix, KD hurt. You know what I'm saying? Chris Paul hurt.
Yeah.
Lakers got injuries. The Warriors, even though they're Steph putting up 50 points on people, they ain't been winning as much as we're used to seeing them win.
Right.
And then, like I said, like we were saying earlier with Denver, Joker is dominant, but the Nuggets don't necessarily win or lose whether he's on the floor or not. So I feel like the West is kind of out there to be had. And like I said, if Sacramento can lean into their head coach and his experience, they can go really far and shock some people. I wouldn't be surprised if we lighten the beam in the finals.
Oh yeah, you know what, Mark? Again, I shake your hand if I could, bro. Because you're right, man. I would love to see that. I love when underdog teams make a come up. I love it, man. I love it because it's the title of a beautiful story,
especially the way they've done it.
Right, exactly. It's like Daniel Bryan. It's like a Daniel Bryan story.
Yeah,
you come from. Oh, okay. But yeah, I love it, man. I love it. Shout out to the Kings and Mike.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them.
No doubt, man. Can we go to Paul Gasol now? Everybody good. I ain't mean to go. I'm going a little bit ahead of myself here. Trying to get to this trivia because everybody rating on it. Paul Gasol, man. Paul Gasol has been retired. Number 16 jersey was retired in the halftime ceremony the other day. When Paul Gasol joined the Los Angeles Lakers just over 15 years ago, the Spanish 7-footer banished his ego, redoubled his work ethic, and immediately turned this team into contenders who eventually became champions. Gasol and Kobe Bryant did it all together, and their numbers now hang side by side. That's crazy. Side by side in the Lakers arena. The Lakers retired Gasol's number 16 jersey. That's Tuesday night, honoring the gentle big man who spent the best seasons of his 18-year NBA career with Bryant in Los Angeles. The Lakers reached 3 straight NBA finals after Gasol's arrival in February of 2008, winning championships in 2009 and 2010. And he said this, and I quote, "I think I've done as good as I could to really embrace it and savor it, but tonight really exceeds any dream of expectation that I had." Gasol said before the game, while wearing one championship ring on each hand, "It means so much. And obviously with Kobe up there, it just adds something meaningful and powerful and sad and happy and painful and joyful, but it's a lot of things." So Q-Dogg, longtime Laker fan. Paul Gasol. Numbers hanging up, man. I mean, we all know he deserves it, but you say a little bit about Paul Gasol, man. This was just looking at this ceremony. It was really more than Kobe Bryant because but to have your number retired right next to Kobe Bryant, that's just an honor alone. So
Right.
what you think about that, OG?
I mean, you said it best. And your numbers hanging right beside Kobe Bryant. Y'all won championships together. Fought hard out battles. I think before they won the championships, I think Boston was getting the best of them with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett. I think they came back strong. They got knocked down in that championship series, and they came back strong and gelled together and won those back-to-back championships. I think this was a time where Kobe was trying to prove that he can win championships without Shaq. When they had their little feuding going on, and once he went away, and so he did do that. And so to be a part of that, I think that speaks volumes. And they're hanging that number right beside him. And so it's basically saying that you was connected to that man, one of the greats. So I know that makes them feel real good and real special.
Mm-hmm. I know I would. Holy smoke, Rich homie.
Yeah, like just to piggyback off what Q-Dogg was saying, like just to be up there with Kobe, like that's an honor in itself. And then on top of that, like the relationship they had, like it tugged with the heartstrings. I didn't get a chance to like watch it, but like I saw like a little like highlights and stuff. And if I probably was like live or something, I probably would have shed a couple tears because Kobe was my guy. So
yeah, man. He's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. I'm gonna read this real quick. This 17-time NBA champion franchise typically only retires the numbers of players in the Hall of Fame, and Gasol is a first-time finalist for the honor this year with a strong chance of making the cut. Gasol made 3 of his 6 career All-Star teams during his time with Los Angeles, while averaging 17.7 points per game and 9.9 rebounds per game. Deuce.
Yeah, so just really to piggyback off of what those guys said, man, I think it's only right that those numbers go 8, 24, 16. I think that's what we grew to know in the post Shaq era in Los Angeles, and what him and Kobe were able to do. And I think it's well deserved for Powell. I think he obviously was instrumental in those teams, and obviously the bond that they had was incredible. I wasn't a Laker fan during this time. I actually couldn't stand them, quite frankly.
Still can't.
You say you still hate Wallstreet?
Yep, still can't.
I couldn't stand them,
That's
man. But the respect was always there. Because of the work. And I love hearing the story about that Redeem team in that first game against Spain. Kobe knew the double screen was coming and knew Powell was going to be the second screen, and he ran straight through him. And I think that's a testament to who both of those guys were.
Yeah,
they were competitors. That's what they played the game for. And Powell got up kind of knowing like, I figured that was going.
Wow. That's crazy you bring that up. That's crazy you bring that up.
But I shout out to Powell. Congratulations to him, man. It's a huge honor to be up there and to be a Laker big. And I think that gets lost in the Kobe thing. You got to think this dude up there with Shaq and Kareem and a host of Wilt and a host of other guys who were just crazy. So I think that's a bigger nod to him than just being there with his brother, but to be up there with some of the greatest we've ever seen.
Yes, sir. I totally agree. Vanessa Bryant, she said she actually introduced him, which was great. I didn't know Paul Gasol is him and Kobe had such a bond that he's the honorary uncles of Kobe Bryant's kids, which is the bond we talk about in Spain and all that. That's crazy that you brought that up because this was way before the Lakers and they was like brothers, and he tweeted together in the Raptors 24 and 16. That's crazy. Wow. Woo! That's something right there, boy. Woo-wee. Mr. President,
I think it's dope, man. Couldn't happen to a better guy. And Pau Gasol, like I'm really happy for him and for the Laker organization to respect him and put his name up there next to Kobe. It couldn't have been anybody else to go up there next to him, honestly, because like when you think about it, it was Shaq, and then it was also
Derek Fisher should be up there too. But
I was gonna get to that.
Boy,
I'm sorry.
You took my point.
I was actually gonna get. I was like, well, since we let Paul up there, can we also let Derek Fisher up there too? Because he was very instrumental to a lot of those Laker teams back in the day. But I'm incredibly happy for Powell on a personal note. Knowing his bond and relationship with Kobe, I believe. I think Powell named one of his kids after Kobe. So
he did. See. Guys know. I told you, man, I got the best podcast panel.
It pulls at the heartstrings, and it's a feel-good story. You love to see
it. Yeah, I love it, man. Street, round this thing off.
Yeah, I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on it. I think it's more of an award because of what the friend he was to Kobe more than what he did on the court, to be quite honest with you. Because Derek Fisher should be up there. I don't know if I think about when I think about Pau Gasol, I'm like, number retired, really? It just really don't. And maybe that's because I'm not a Laker fan. I don't know, but I just don't see his number being retired if he wasn't the friend he was to Kobe. Rick Fox, is his number retired? You know what I mean? Your boy you just said, what's the name? Fisher, his number's not retired.
You know
what I mean? Come on, man.
I agree with you.
I think it's more of a friendship reward other than what he did on the court.
You're telling me 17, 10, and 3 is not good enough to go on the road?
Not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough.
But I get what he's saying about Fisher, because Fisher was that dude. Fisher kept. I'm a Spurs fan.
Robert Ory.
Boy, that goddamn Fisher, man. I swear, man. Every time Fisher shoots, it's going in. He had such a high efficiency of shot percentage. It's crazy.
Man, some of those they wouldn't have a championship one for Fisher when he hit that. They changed the rule because of Fisher hitting that shot.
Yeah, man.
After the buzzer. You know what I mean? So
but there's a but now, because Pau Gasol was very competitive, especially against Orlando Magic. He really, besides Kobe, he really was a dog.
Yeah. They definitely don't win it without Paul in those.
He really was a dog in the Orlando series. He was a dog. And for a big man, he had a beautiful jump shot. Beautiful jump shot.
And to be able to battle with KG and those other
there ones. You go.
That's impressive too.
That is impressive.
KG was at the end of his rope a little bit though.
Yeah, but to match that intensity alone, I've seen cats get on the floor with KG and just get nervous.
Yeah. Paul has some intensity in him too now.
To be in the finals, I can only imagine what level KG was on. You know what I mean? So that was impressive in itself to me.
That was highly impressive, man. So let me, before we round this thing off, man. Pau Gasol, is he going to Hall of Fame? NBA Hall of Fame?
They give everybody the Hall of Fame in the NBA nowadays. Yeah.
I was on the ballot. So we'll see.
First ballot? Come on now. Come on, Street. Street ain't no love in the city with Street, boy.
No.
No.
When you say that Hall of Fame, man, it's supposed to be the elite of the elite to me.
I understand.
Not the Hall of Good, you know what I mean?
I agree with Street, but I think this is a sign of what's to come. I think he gets in. I don't think it's gonna take long. But I agree with you, Street. I think it's a revolving door right about now. I think it's in both sports. I think Deion said not too long ago, he said, guys that used to be, you get in the Hall of Fame by changing the game.
Yep.
And now you get in there for just being good or having one or two good seasons.
He did say that.
Yep. And so I think that's true though. I think there's a lot of cats that have gotten in, and it's just like he was good, but he wasn't great. He
wasn't great.
And I think I think Powell's a great in the terms of great teammate, great person, great player, but not elite.
Yeah,
elite. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not Dirk great. He's not, Barkley great. You remember that? Yeah.
Kim Olajuwon or something like that.
Yeah, he ain't one of them dudes for sure.
Yeah.
So Deuce, I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy when it's time for Ben Roethlisberger to get voted on the Hall of Fame. Okay, keep that same energy.
That's invalid. I mean, when you got jewelry, that
jewelry don't guarantee you a spot, bro.
It expedites the process.
Because the jewelry guarantees you a spot, man. Jim Plunk.
Well, that son of a gun went in there. I mean, he went in there 15-1. He went in there 15-1 and won that thing. So I mean, I'm talking about Big Ben. They was 15-1 in 05 when they won the Super Bowl. I was like, whoa. He put Pittsburgh on the map. They fell off a little bit, but man, he put Pittsburgh on the map.
First year, rookie quarterback.
Yeah, and that was Brady, Roethlisberger, Flacco, Manning. I mean, that made that AFC.
I'm correct. No offense, host. This is all towards Mark. None of those 4 guys ever wore black and silver, correct?
Never.
I'm just checking.
Hey, but all those other guys got some wins against the Raiders. But Ben Roethlisberger got.
I'm staying out of that
one. That's fine.
I'm staying out of that one.
We do what we got to do. We would have beat you on the way to a Super Bowl, but we just never saw you there. So
we didn't get there.
Okay. Okay.
Boy, shots is fired. Well,
y'all did.
Huh?
Y'all did lose. They did lose to us on the road to the Super Bowl appearance. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Well, that's all the NFL and NBA talk, man. We are down to the wire here, and we apologize for our time. We over time, but again, that's how it is, man. When men get together and talk about sports. So we're at the end of the show, and here we go. All right, man. We are in the finals. This is the finals of the NBA Trivia Tournament. We have Wallstreet, who has fought himself. He has fought to get here. My wife is texting me. She know I'm on the show. But we have Wallstreet in the finals versus the Diggity Dog. Q-Dogg, man. This is the finals. Here we go. Now, we have a tiebreaker to see who's going to go first. And in this trivia right here, instead of the regular 7, we have 10 questions. 10. The Big 10. We're going all the way today, man. And one of these guys is going to walk away from this show, the new Real to Sports NBA Trivia Champion. So, one question for Q-Dogg and one question. Matter of fact, let's do it the old school way. Mark,
what's up?
Got a coin? Anybody got a coin? We're gonna go heads or tails on this one. We're gonna go heads or tails. They might get a coin. I'm broke, so I ain't got no money.
I got you. What's up?
All right, Deuce got it. All right, where we go?
All right.
Let's go, Street. All right, Diggity Dog and Wallstreet. What do you got? Heads or tails? Shoot him out.
I like the OG pick.
Oh.
I'll take heads.
Of course, you know the OG gonna like the heads. What is it? What's that? Heads it is. OG go first.
It's
tails.
Tails. Oh, okay.
It's an eagle or something, and then this your head side. I know Steelers are infamous for getting done bad on coin toss.
So Street goes first. All right, Street. Here we go, man. Instead of 7, we are in 10. And there will be some tiebreakers if we're tied at the end. So Here we go. Mr. President. Who you got, man? Who you got in this thing before we get it started? OG or Wallstreet?
You already know I'm rocking with my fellow Hornets fan. You know, I got to represent the city one time.
Okay.
Let's go, baby. Good choice, Mark.
Rich homie, who you got? The OG or Street?
Man, I'm going to go with OG on this one.
Okay, going with OG. So we even. Deuce, you the tiebreaker. Wallstreet or the OG?
No disrespect to OG. I know he got it in him, but Wallstreet sat me down and put me out. So if I'm gonna lose to the champ. So
That's a smart man.
All right, here
smart man.
All right, Q-Dogg, you've been down like this before. Here we go. It's on street.
All right.
These are old school NBA trivia questions. Here we go.
Let's go.
Who was nicknamed Tree that played for the Orlando Magic? What's his last name?
Rollins.
Tree Rollins it is. Boy. Ooh.
Let's set the tone early, baby. Let's set the tone.
Does he have any relation to Seth?
Oh, freaking. Oh, I'm that long. Well, I know, right? All right, OG, are you ready, sir?
Go ahead. I'm ready.
Who was the Cleveland Cavaliers shooting guard that Michael Jordan hit his infamous side-fading game-winning shot? That was 1989.
I think it was Craig Elo.
Ooh, these guys are coming out throwing haymakers here. One of these guys is going to be
a
trivia champion. Here we go. Third question. Street. What college did Mark Price attend?
Georgia Tech.
Woo, Lord. I think I need to go back and get these questions together here. Oh, Lordy here. Okay.
These dudes in their bag.
I know. They are in it today. All right, OG.
Oh.
Here we go. Eldon Campbell went to what college?
Clemson.
Lord have mercy. This is a record. They're going off the chain here. Street.
Yes, sir.
What Tar Heel played for the Seattle Supersonics in the 1996 NBA Finals, nicknamed Big Smooth?
That old Sam Perkins.
Damn. Mr. President, what is going on here?
Hey, man, they on that young Mark energy today. I see.
Yeah. These boys is killing it. Q-Dogg. What year did Charles Barkley win his NBA MVP? His only NBA MVP.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
10 seconds.
1994.
No, sir. Street.
I think it was, I'm going to say 97.
No, sir.
Ah, son of a bitch.
1993.
93. God, that was that long?
Yeah.
That's when they went to the championship.
Yeah,
the Western Conference.
For the Sun. A year later than that.
All right.
Okay.
Q-Dogg, back on you.
Had a chance to steal one.
This is number 7. Who was Penny Hardaway's backup on the 1995 Orlando Magic?
Good God.
Say backup?
Yes, sir. You need this one to tie it up. All right. 10 seconds here.
That's a good question.
That's a good one. I don't know that one.
All right. I'll pass it on to you, Street.
Was it Scott Skiles?
No. Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw. Man, I wouldn't have thought about that.
All right. All right, Q-Dogg, back on you again. This is number 8. You got to get one of these now. Here we go. What is the name of the minor league baseball team that Michael Jordan played for when he retired from basketball?
Yeah.
The minor league team.
Well, I think I'll slow things down here.
Yeah, you have. Hey. Don't know.
All right, you pass it on the street.
Ugh. All right, so let me talk myself through. I noticed the White Sox was the major league team. The minor league team, I watched that damn documentary too on TV with Michael Jordan, that damn squad. He bought the bus for him and everything. I ain't gonna waste your time, host. I can't even recall what it is.
It's all good, bro.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what it was.
All right, Q-Dogg.
Getting a little tough down here, boy.
All right, Q.
Yeah.
This is ninth. This is the ninth. We got two more. Right now, Street is up 3-2. Here we go.
I got the tie.
Got to tie it up. The 90s Denver Nugget point guard was nicknamed Pac-Man. What was his name? Nicknamed Pac-Man.
Never know this point guard.
No doubt.
Passing that one too?
Yeah, I passed that one. You know.
Street.
I know it. God, I don't. Pac-Man, that name. I know if it was football, I would know. But I don't think it was Chris Jackson. I'm just gonna go with Chris Jackson, Mark Mardu, Chris Jackson. I don't know.
No. Robert Pack.
Robert Pack. Oh yes, I remember Robert Pack.
All right, Q. All right, here we go. Here's the scenario. Here's the scenario.
I gotta tie it up.
You gotta tie it up. But if you get this wrong, man, it's not gonna look good for you. It's not gonna look good for you, bro. You gotta get this one right.
All right, come with it.
Here we go.
There's some tough ones.
What was Daryl Dawkins' nickname?
Oh, I know you got this one.
Daryl Dawkins' nickname.
Come on now, OG. Even I know this one.
I don't know that one, man.
Come on, host. Yeah, look at that watch over there, host. Look at that clock.
All right, Q, you gotta give me something. Or you gonna pass it on?
Backboard breaker, I guess. I don't know.
No. All right, Street for the win.
Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder it is. Chocolate Thunder.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. I want my crown back.
Chocolate
host.
Thunder. So.
How can I forget that?
Oh no, how you forget that one, bro? Oh my goodness gracious. What?
Oh boy.
Wallstreet.
Yes.
You are the new Real Sports NBA trivia champion, man. You are the champion. You are the champion.
Host. You see, I had my people. I had my back. Deuce had my back. I think I only had one hater in the crew out here, host.
Nah, I understood. You ain't gotta talk.
It's all good.
I'm just playing Playboy.
Oh man, Wallstreet has done it. Wallstreet has done it. He has become the NBA trivia champion once again. Got your belt. Got your belt for you, brother. Got your belt for you.
I wish I could do it like The Rock. Say the new.
Hey man. When you the title of VP, bro, your trivia skills is get increased exponentially.
I hear you, Mark. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Oh man, y'all started out killing it, man. Man.
Question got a little hard in the middle, boy.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, start killing it at the end, man. But all right, man. Street.
Yes, sir.
Ends the tournament as the champion. Man. Congratulations to Wallstreet, man. That's our show for today, man. It's always. Most importantly, we want to thank you guys very much for watching another episode of the Real to Sports Talk Show, man. And if we did a good job today, My guys did a good job, which they normally do, because I got the best in the world. I'm trying to tell y'all. Please give them a thumbs up, man. Please give them a thumbs up. That's how you guys will tell them that they have done a good job, man. Hit that thumbs up for them, man. And again, if this is your first time watching us live here on YouTube in front of the world, hit that bell for hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for all notifications. I got an email real quick. I'm just gonna say this. I couldn't put it live in the show, man, but I got an email from Joseph in London, England. I love the show. I love the content. Cheers from London, England. That's what's up.
What's up, Joe? Man. Across the pond, my brother across the water.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you watching the show, man. It's
Appreciate
crazy,
you, man.
That is crazy. That's crazy. We are live in 23 countries, man, all over the world, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Again, man, great show, man. Great show, man. Hey, again, Street is the new champion. And so I'm gonna let the champ go ahead and take us out of here, man.
Thank you, host. I appreciate that. Hey, it feels good being the champion. As you see right there, the champ is here. I'm taking on all comers. Bring them all, host. Bring them all. I need it. I'm ready for all of them.
Okay. You sure you want that smoke now?
I need it, smoke. I need it, host.
All right, that's a bet, man. That is a bet. That is a bet. Real quick, man. A while ago, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna go ahead. A while ago, man, my stepdad was diagnosed with throat cancer, and he had throat cancer, and after radiation treatment, man, I just found out that yesterday that he has rung the bell and is officially cancer-free.
Hell yeah.
He's officially cancer-free, man. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. That's what's up.
There you go, man.
Congratulations, man. God is good.
Yeah, all the time, man.
Yes, sir. That's great news.
Yeah, man. So I got word yesterday that he sent me a picture of him ringing the bell, and he is officially cancer-free, man. So shout out to Mr. Robert Johnson down in Birmingham, Alabama, man.
Yes,
on behalf of myself and the Real to Sports podcast panel, man, congratulations, and continue to heal up, man, and get better. And that's the bottom line, because the Real to Sports podcast said so. No question, man. No doubt. So again, Robert Johnson, man, my stepdad, he is cancer-free, man. It's great news, because he's been battling with it so long, man. Jam on it. No doubt. Go Robert.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, man. He is cancer-free, man. So again, man. Come check us out, man. Tuesday. Come back. We want y'all to come back, man. This Tuesday. Join us on the Tuesday Night Delight, man. Sports to talk about, man. As we continue to bring you that smoke, some NBA and NFL news, man. So come back Tuesday, 7:05 Eastern time, right here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Real to Sports podcast on the YouTube. We're gonna get out of here, man. Y'all know who I am. The man everybody disagree with. The champ, Street.
Peace out, people.
No doubt. The OG.
Peace out, my people.
No doubt. Deuce. Down in the bayou, baby.
Got a little different school today.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
HBCU, baby.
Grand fans.
No doubt, baby. Fayetteville State.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
See y'all.
Rich homie. No doubt. And Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. Those are my brothers. They are the Real to Sports podcast, the greatest on YouTube, man. And y'all want to challenge them? Step up to the plate, man. But we'll see y'all Tuesday, 7:05 Eastern time, right here on YouTube. We out.